gentlemen, welcome back for episode 2 of the Bobby Saw Show. The world continues to remain on literal fire, and I felt that I had not a single choice in the literal, actual human universe, but to come on here and yell. So buckle up, you bag of garbage, because I'm about to throw one 100 miles an hour into your dirt star. Hello. Thanks for coming in. Let me crank your bag for a minute. For those that are new here, mi nombre es Bobby Sauce. Bobby Sausalito. This is the Bobby Sauce Show. I yell on the mic. I do stupid things. Please check out the show and follow it on all of the places where podcasts are listened to by going to bobbysauceshow.com. If you're following on Instagram, thanks for being here. Crank my bag, hit the arrow if you don't already follow me. If you're here on TikTok, hello, good day. I'm anticipating some insults, as it were. For everybody that's on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, the whole thing, all of that, thanks for being here. Everything is dumb. You got this special nighttime show, and let's get right into it. The I am absolutely blown away, and I continue to remain blown away by how absolutely dumb most people just are. And I swear every day, I hate to go into the trappings of the left-right paradigm. I hate to get back in that same trap, but I just don't understand how people are shilling for Joey Basement. It's like, I'm not over here just waking up in the morning and shilling for Donnie, even though I am wearing a Donnie lives rent-free in your head t-shirt available at bobbysauce.com if you want to crank my bag. Because Donnie does live rent-free in the heads of these people. And it absolutely blows my mind how people are out there shilling for Brandon. They're like calling him Dark they're calling him Dark Brandon. They're putting laser eyes on Joey Basement, career politician Joey Basement. How? I don't understand it. It absolutely blows my mind. But the fact that people just chill for the establishment, they're like, take my rights away. They're like, make me broke and take my rights and take everything away from me, ruin my life. The economy's strong. It's like, you remain clueless, my guy. I don't understand how people are just totally cool with all this. They're like, hey, let's get a couple of 15-year-olds in here. Let's get a 10-year-old in here. Let's cut off his 10, 15. Let's do a hysterectomo on a freaking child. Good idea. Good idea, guys. It's Dark Brandon. So the story today that just absolutely blows my mind is how they're all obsessed with Donnie and these documents. And I just think it's just too funny that they're just like, look, there's papers on the floor. Let me just walk you down. Just walk you down the path for a second. Do you actually believe that Donald J. Baseball, who is a human person with over $1 billion, $1,000 million, more money than he could spend in 5 lifetimes, is just like at his crib, just scattering papers on the carpet? Because what's so funny is that they took this photo of all these documents just laying on the ground, and they're just like, look, it's on the ground at Mar-a-Lago. This thing proves absolutely nothing. And even Donnie came out and he's like, they scattered all these papers on the ground to make it look like this is how I left these. And it's just like, these people are willing to gobble up anything that's sold to them, hook, line, and sinker, with absolutely no question at all. It's like, does anybody look at these things from any point of being rational? Does anybody consider? It's like, these are the same people that said that that Donnie was Russia, all that. He was a Russia. They investigated him, spent tens of millions of dollars of taxpayer dollars, and lied about every single thing. It's like, I've said it 100 times. If Donnie was going to get arrested, they would have got him 150 times over already. So it's so laughable that they're just like, look, the documents are there. He's going to jail. It's just like, bro. And then what they'll say is they'll be like, oh, but Hillary's emails. It's like, bro, how are you going to compare a box of documents of which you don't even know the truth about to a person getting subpoenaed for having a private email server at their crib and deleting 30,000 emails. And they talked about smashing hard drives with hammers and stuff. It's like, these are not the same thing. Just like Hillary's email. Oh my God. Yet, and then if you go on White House, if you go on whitehouse.gov website, I don't understand how they'll look at all these things and they're like, all the maggots are getting upset because Brandon's making all these accomplishments. It's like, yo, you clown sneaker. We all live in the same country. If I actually thought that this dude was making accomplishments, I would be happy. I would be happy that my country was doing well. They literally say in the bullet point, it's like strong economy. Joe just made these good hard American jobs. Joe just sat back and just created 9 million just good hearty American jobs. He walked in there and he just made those jobs. He's like creating the jobs are coming back and people are begging for people to work. They're just like, we have a strong economy. Like every single thing is stupid, and how these people just think that this is that all the things that the Washington Post tell them, it's just like they're like down with capitalism, down with the greedy elite, eat Jeff Bezos for lunch, and it's just like, who owns the Washington Post? You clown sneaker. Yo, these people are the sneaker of like an out of work retired clown. Like they're stuffed, they're not buffed, they're at the bottom of the locker, and they smell like garbanzo beans, and they're just like. Like literally, whom hurt you? Show me on the doll or Donnie spread papers on you. Anyways, it doesn't even matter how it's just, I find it so appalling that this is the narrative. Like, look, Donnie has papers. It's like, do you understand that the president of the United States has the sole authority to declassify documents? And these people have been lying about just about everything. Forget it. Forget about supporting Donnie. Just think about a duly elected president of the United States. Forget it. Forget that it's Donnie for a second. It's like these people been lying. They've been lying about him, but now it's like there's not even enough time for the facts to come out, and they're just like, look, a picture of papers on the ground. It's like, oh, these documents must be pretty top secret after they spread them out on the ground with the dates visible and other basic details visible. They're just like, these are top secret. Also, here's a question for all these idiots. Where's the nuclear documents? They were just like, nuclear. You got Brian Stelter felt like Brian Stelter sat on a wall. Brian Stelter sat on a wall and had a great fall before he got fired. And he cracked his shell and he's like, Donald, nuclear documents. Like, where's the nuclear? Like, they don't even understand. They're in the memory hole of the news cycle and they can't get out of it. Like, Donald lives rent free in your head, like, terribly. It's like, could you please pay attention to the fact that every other thing is real bad? Like people are getting shanked in the street in New York City. There's like I watched a video today where a guy's walking down the street in broad daylight, and these three goons just roll up and rip his $12,000 Rolex right off his wrist. This is America. This is the diamond on the hill. This is the largest American city. People are just getting robbed in broad daylight. For Christmas sake, Mayor Adams, Eric, his aide got robbed at gunpoint at 10 o'clock in the morning on a Tuesday. The mayor's aide. But no, it's good. The economy's strong. You got like his multi-decade record inflation. If you just walk down the street, you're like, wow, yeah, things are pretty bad. You can't charge your car in California. They're like, please turn off the power. Just kidding. Shut it off. You're done. Everything is so dumb. They're having a tough time staffing the military. They're having a tough time staffing the police. And then it's so insane. It's like you have Joey Basement coming out yesterday and doing a speech and being like, fund the police. It's like, do people not remember what happened 15 seconds ago? I just don't understand. So I just think it's quite funny that somebody would think that a person with $1 billion would just keep scattered papers on the carpet in one of his probably 15 homes. Yeah, he just like leaves them scattered on the ground for you to come and find them. People are so clueless. They just buy whatever the narrative is, hook, line, and sinker, and they have absolutely no regard for the truth. And they don't care about what's actually going on. When they share Joey Basement's accomplishments, they just share the bulleted list that's provided by the White House. It's like, do you not think that all of these things that have happened in the world are bad? It's like, is everything just good now? I was just curious. It's like, You got gas at a 30-year, 40-year, whatever high. You got people that are going to freeze to death this winter because they can't heat their home. Every single thing is up from food to bacon to eggs, cars, supply chain, all this stuff. And they're just like, it's the corona clap. Is it? Are you sure about that? Are you sure that's what it is? But no, they're just too busy. They're just like, Trump's going to jail. Johnny, look at these documents. Like, you're literally shilling for the establishment. I never would have thought I would have seen the day. Meanwhile, conspiracy theorists continue to bat 1,000, which is just not surprising to anybody that's been paying attention. So that's totally fine. As now it comes out that the medicine that cannot be named, aka horse goo, is now there's all these reports that are saying that it's actually a good thing to use. It's like who could have seen that coming? They're just like, no. They're like, Joe Rogan took horse goo. Look, it's just like, and then there'll be like some squishy loser goon on some worthless podcast or some just squishy like some Humpty Dumpty type looking character, some garbage merchant, some merchant of actual trash, some unhealthy looking like marshmallow person. We'll be like, no, Joe Rogan took horse goo. He's dumb. It's like, yeah, he just has $200 million. He's the most popular cultural icon probably in the entire planet right now. Literally 10 million people listening to every single time he turns his podcast on. The guy has like a successful career spanning multiple decades. Is in the shape of his life. He's 50 something years old. And he like takes something that was recommended by multiple of his high end doctors. And they're just like, horse goo. And it's just like, yo, it's like, you look like your body's made of horse goo. I'm not going to take medical advice from some dude that looks like like a half melted marshmallow. They're just like, what does Joe Rogan think he's doing? It's like, better than you, dude. Better than you physically, better than you mentally, better than you liked by the people. Better, just better, objectively. He's got 20 years on you and he's literally better, looks healthier than you, smarter than you in every way, shape, and form, more likable, would rather have a crispy cold pop with Joe Rogan. And I bet you 99% of the population would rather that than have a drink or have a conversation with one of these squishy lefty goobers. But whatever. It's horse goo. Sure. Like your horse goo. Yeah. And everything is so stupid. And I also find it very funny how for the thousandth time, the problem is not Democrats. It's not the left. It's bloated, oversized, overspending, squandering big government. That's what it is. That's the problem. Giving them an outrageous and unnecessary quantity of power. That's the problem. That's what we're upset about. That's what we don't want to happen. If you think it's okay that somebody can weaponize the Department of Justice, and go and raid this dude because of some papers that are not even on the ground, that they put on the ground, they scattered on the ground, it's like, okay. It's like, think about all the other bad things that have happened and all the other corruption that's happened. But yeah, let's go get this one. This seems fine. It's like, damning evidence. There's a piece of paper on the carpet. It's like, oh, wow. Look at this. Look. So yeah, they're doing great. But that is just the sign of the times. People are so dumb that they think that the Inflation Reduction Act will reduce inflation. They're so dumb, they think that paying the bureaucracy more money will save the climate. Please explain to me how paying higher taxes saves the climate. I was just curious if anybody could explain to me how that, somebody circle that square for me. I don't know. I love TikTok though. TikTok is it's the dumpster behind the middle school. They're just everybody in the comments on TikTok. They're just like, dude, Trump. It's just like, bro, government. It's like, could you just let the guy get out of your head for 5 seconds? But no, nope. Don't you guys remember what? Don't you remember how you spoke about documents? Yeah, yeah. Let's go back there. That's what we find. And here's the other thing. It's like, if you can disagree with what's going on now and you can still think that it's stupid and not have to pay attention to something that you think happened 5 years ago and be like, but what about that? Like, is that even what we're talking about? But yeah, TikTok's a great place. And another thing that I find pretty interesting is there's this dude running for, I don't even know what it is, Senate, I think, in Pennsylvania, John Fetterman. And they love this guy, John Fetterman. And it's like, I don't know that much details about John Fetterman, but I watch him for a little bit. And like, this dude is just wearing like a hooded sweatshirt, talking to people, talking to people and being like, his like big draws that he doesn't use big words and that Dr. Oz said crudite. He's like, I call it a veggie tray. And they're like, look, he's a man of the people. He wears a hoodie to a press conference. It's like, look, I get it. I get the whole blue collar thing. I get it. And I know that you guys are so cool. He lives underneath a steel plant. He's getting toxins pumped into his airwaves. They're just like, look, he has a hoodie on. It's like, put on a collar, dude. Put on a collar. I don't know. It's like you're a public official. I don't know. Like, I don't know. Maybe have a little respect for the office. I don't know. I've never seen any politician wearing hoodies on the campaign trail ever before. And this makes the guy relatable. That's the end. That's the solution. A $60 Carhartt hoodie makes you relatable. I live underneath a steel mill. Crudite. He said crudite. It's like, yeah, all right. That's the angle. Cool. See, people in the comments on TikTok, I love you guys. That's your issue with him. He wears a hoodie. No, my issue with him is the guy can barely formulate a sentence and he sucks. And he's a terrible politician. He's garbage. I'm not saying I love Dr. Oz. Don't get me wrong. But no, my issue is not that he wears a hoodie. My issue is, amongst many, that the guy just got challenged to do a debate with Dr. Oz, which he decided not to do because he's like, he's making fun of me. Is he though? Is he? You're not going to debate a person for a public office, okay? But you're going to wear a hooded sweatshirt and just disrespect the office and the people that are voting for you. I don't know, like. Imagine if I just showed up to a campaign. Imagine if I showed up to a campaign press conference wearing a T-shirt that says "Donnie lives rent free in your head." Wouldn't you be like, "Come on, man! Like, put a collared shirt on." You need a collared shirt to go to the steakhouse at the golf course. But you know, like, I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't know. Whatever. What's your problem? He has a hoodie on. Are you mad that he lives in the steel mill? Are you mad that he is made of steel? Yeah, that's what I'm mad about. It's like, okay, yeah. But Zelensky's wearing a T-shirt. I saw somebody bring that up. Yeah, president T-shirt. Yeah, the president. He's on the Grammys and he's wearing a T-shirt. He's wearing. He's got on cargo pants. He's relatable. He's on the front lines. He's on the front lines collecting billies from us. Cool. But anyhow, people were zipping me last night because they're like, specifically people on TikTok, where like fun goes to die. And everyone's like, click my spicy link. TikTok is like not the best place, but whatever. So I figured I would answer some questions. I figured I would respond to the comments and the interaction. So the main objective of tonight's presentation or whatever was to read some of the comments and interact with everybody. That was aside from the fact that this document situation is so stupid. That's kind of what I was initially wanted to yell about. But yeah, the TikTok, the comments on TikTok are so dark. Everybody is just so dark. Everybody's profile photo is like an upside down pink Care Bear on fire, and they're just like making heinous comments. It's like, okay. Thank you. Do not be afraid. I love that you're doing lives. Yes, I had with Turkey. TikTok is today's spyware. Look, I talked about it yesterday, which is that TikTok is just eating every other platform's lunch. There's just no two ways about it. And I just hope that people understand that this is what happens. This is what happens when you take away the ability for the free market to do its thing. When you take away the ability for a business to do what it needs to do, to innovate, to be better, to create a better product, to focus on the customers and all the rest, when you take that away and you make them worry about things like fact checking and a bunch of other malarkey and jump through red tape, what happens is countries that are competing with us create a competing product that does better. And that's just the reality of it. I don't know why it says my connection is unstable on Facebook and YouTube, so I don't know about that, but whatever. I'm going to keep rocking. But like the other thing too is people talk about like about getting shadow blobbed on all these accounts. Yeah, and again, if there wasn't so much political red tape that stops your average company from creating one of these platforms, then there would be more of them. There would be more competing. It wasn't until there was a 5 alarm fire, it wasn't until every single thing went wrong that they started realizing that more companies actually had the ability to do so, because the marketing was the fact that everybody was getting clapped. That marketing would not have hit as well when everybody was kind of in the dark about what was actually going on. But now when they're removing people because they just don't like what they're saying, and they're just like, nope, cut him. We don't like him. He's a misogynist or whatever. It's like it just sets a dangerous precedent. It's like first you get Jones, then you got one of the most famous people in the entire world, and you take him off all these platforms. You deperson him, and now you're taking off other people because you just disagree with them. Meanwhile, there's all these other bad people that have accounts that get to distribute their information. And so much other bad stuff happens, but people just don't understand. They don't understand that when you ask daddy government to solve all your problems, when you ask daddy government to step in and solve what's happening with the kids at the schools, to solve your money problems, to solve your job problems, every single problem that you want the government to solve, they're gonna dangle it in front of your face and use it as bait to get you in. And then as soon as you bite that cheese, they're gonna snap your neck on it. Because the government is the road paved to hell with good intentions. It's like they pretend like they're doing something. They want to save lives. I literally saw on the White House's bullet points of all Joe's accomplishments today. It was like strong border wall. It's like border wall. They stop. We paid millions of dollars to not have the border wall continue to be built. And it's like they have all this fake virtue where they act like they're doing something that's actually better for the world by, oh, we're stopping whippets in New York City. Meanwhile, people are carrying backpacks full of Fenty over the border, just walking over. And Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, the White House press secretary, will just lie straight to your face, be like, oh, this matters. It's like, you're terrible at your job. Oh my God. See, I love the TikTok comments. How does not building a wall cost money? Dude. Because all the stuff is already there. All of the equipment, all of the things have already been purchased. So it's just sitting there on the ground. How does it cost money? Oh, I don't know. Maybe all the people coming into the country that are coming in undocumented and then are getting on the government dole. Maybe that's how it's costing the country money. What are you talking about? How do you not understand this? It's like, oh, I don't know, maybe 2 million people poured over a wide open border. They came into the country. The second they got into the country, what did they have access to? Roads, bridges, social services, medicine, education. Then we're bussing them around. We're giving them free homes. It's like, what do you mean? Yeah, there's this person in the chat on TikTok. You're fear mongering. I'm fear mongering. Yeah, got it. I'm really fear mongering. But no, people just out there, they're so mad at Donnie. They're so mad at Donnie that they will do absolutely anything to bring him into the equation, because there is no redeeming qualities of what the establishment is doing. And look, don't get me wrong, it's just as bad on the right as it is on the left in a lot of occasions. People on the right sent money over to the Crane. There's no question about that. People on the right are totally fine with limiting your access to handheld protection devices. They're fine with that. They seem to have no issue with that sometimes. And some of them are okay with this inflation stuff, and some of them are okay with sending money overseas. I mean, there's a lot of bad on both sides, which is why the message continues to remain. Sorry, my right. Which is why the message continues to remain the same, which is that bloated government spending, where they squander all of your tax dollars and constantly squeeze you for more and more money, that is the problem. That is where all the root causes are. And people are just like, they're just tossing the ball back and forth like a tennis match, where they're just like, look, Donnie did this and Joe did this and Donnie did this. It's a complete total distraction. The people that actually run the world, the people that run the money, the people that run the banks, they could care less about who's theoretically in power at any given time. People just seem to forget that we're in a global marketplace. And 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 the and the long pen 15 of the establishment is far deeper than just Joey Basement. And everybody gets hung up on the issue of the day, whatever is the sensational news item of the day, and they just latch onto it and they can't stop. And it's like, I'm trying to get better at not focusing on the one issue that's in today's headlines and focus on the big picture, which is that the people that run the world, the people that anoint all of these politicos that sit in there and wield down power on you, the only solution is for them to have less authority. It's very simple. I don't want a ton more money spent on government from the right any more than I do from the left. And people like that'll be people's attack is they'll be like, well, what about Donnie giving out stimmies for this? And what about this? And it's like, yeah, all that stuff is bad. Printing endless amounts of money and taxing us, bad. More money was printed in the last 3 years than the last 100 years. And like Donnie was at the helm when that happened. Don't get me wrong. So there's bad things that happen from both sides. There's no question about it. So it's like, if we could, instead of focusing on a piece of paper that the three-letter organizations are clearly trying to weaponize against this dude after a long series of lies after lies after lies, could we just look at the bigger picture? It's like, do you think what they're doing with children and these shows, do you think that's all right? Do you think telling a 10-year-old to cut off their pen 15, forget about the party. I don't see anybody on the right saying, yeah, do that. Send the kids over to the children's hospital. Tell them to do a garbage plasty of their forearm and ruin their health for the rest of their life. Yeah, I'm just saying I don't see anybody on the right doing that. I'm not saying that being on the left means that that's what you support. Cut off a pen 15. I'm just saying I'm seeing it a lot more over there. I don't know. I subscribe to the school of thought that like maybe you should just love yourself. I don't know. It's like when you were born till you were, I don't know, forever. The message should have been from your parents, like, I know you want to be a blank, but you're not. And in the same way that I know you want to be 7 feet tall, but you're not. If you could get a surgery to make yourself a foot taller, I swear people would be cutting off their legs at the knees to get a titanium leg put on right now. The fact that these people are doing this to children, if you're stupid enough to do this as an adult, fine, all the power to you. You want to ruin your own life, fine. But the fact that they're making this all right for kids, to me, is the most disgusting and sickening thing imaginable. And if you're going to tell me that it's affirming or it's healthcare, you're out of your fucking mind. Sorry, but you are. And that's what I find to be the most sickening thing. It's like, you want to get stuck in the right left. You want to say that Donnie is this evil guy. You want to say Donnie, look, he stole the documents. It's like, bro, cut off a 16-year-old's pen 15. Load them up with meds as a kid, and that's fine. You're good with that? You're fine with that? I'm just saying. I'm not seeing a lot of people on the right doing that. Forget about the right left for a minute. Maybe, are you good with that? Because if you're good with that, you're sick. I'm just saying you're sick in the head. Like, sorry, the mental health problem is real. If you're going to try to tell me, okay, can we agree that there's hundreds of thousands of overdose deaths, that there's over 100,000 overdose deaths, that all these kids and all these people dying from these overdoses, specifically related to the Fenty pouring in over the border and being sent from China, all that, is that not happening? Do we agree that that's happening? Okay, we agree it's happening. We agree that it's bad. Okay, cool. Well, if it's coming over the border, and it's being flown in, for example, and all these people are perishing as a result, can we agree that that's bad? Okay, we agree that it's bad. Okay, well, why is it happening? Why is it happening? Okay, let's say, could it be prevented? Could it be prevented in the same way that lots of other tragedies are prevented? What's the difference between it being prevented and it not being prevented? Because I would wager to tell you that the only difference is money. The only difference is policies and money. Policies and money, right? So if you take some of that money and instead of dumping it into garbage, which is what we do, which is what a bloated, overbearing, money squandering bureaucracy does, that money gets wasted. We're spending money overseas in countries that hate us in like gender acceptance studies for kids in schools over there, and we're over here letting this stuff float in on the fly in on planes and come across the border. How they convinced people to shill for the IRS is mind blowing to me. How you convinced people, American citizens, to actually cheer, make videos, and support adding 80,000 new IRS agents, whether they're new or they're replacing old ones that lost or they're understaffed or I want to call in and I want to get a phone call. That's what you're happy about. You're not happy about people protecting the border. You're not happy about people preventing all these people from getting this Fenty. You don't care about that. But you care about, yeah, I love more IRS agents because Joe did it. Congratulations. It's like they're shilling on behalf of the establishment, the same oppressive establishment that ruined their life. It's like out of one hand, they're like, I'm oppressed. The world is garbage. Everything is bad. The system is corrupt from the top down. And then the other hand, they're like, tax me more for it. I want to pay more money so that they can have more power. Take away my ability to protect myself. You know who needs weapons the most? I talked about a few categories of people last night. People that live in rural areas, number one, far away from the ability for a person to come and protect them. That's number one. Women, gun rights are women's rights. Don't forget it. You psychos. The elderly, the disabled, people that are in wheelchairs, a single mom at home, for example. All these people are vulnerable. But who else is vulnerable? You know who's vulnerable? People that live in inner city urban areas with not a lot of tax dollars being spent and not a lot of production happening in their communities, that have really slow response times by the police, because people in their community of every color and every gender and every race are committing an inordinate amount of crimes, and the cops are determining that they're not getting paid enough to go in there. So it's the people in the inner cities, the exact same people that they proclaim are so oppressed, are the people that need to protect themselves the most. And because they make it it's a weapon free zone. It's free zone. And every criminal's like, yo, like we ride at noon. Like, let's all go. Let's go. Let's smash and grab. Let's steal purses. It's like, if you were to change the laws, if you were to change the legal system to not incentivize these people to do this, if you were to change where money is spent, instead of spending on 80,000 new IRS agents, perhaps you maybe, I don't know, maybe made the education process a little bit better for your police officers. Maybe if you did a bunch of other things that were actually good. Instead, people are actually out here cheering for the IRS getting more agents. We live in like a backwards, upside down world where people just have no discernment. They have no understanding of history. They have no understanding of all the stuff that's happened in the past. They haven't seen any other empire rise and fall. The only thing they think about is how Lizzo, who's got photos in front of a Rolls Royce with a diamond encrusted bag, and like she's eating good and she's in front of a jet and she's oppressed. And it's like, is she oppressed? It's like, you're one of the most successful musicians in the entire world and you're oppressed. Oh, your people are oppressed? Your people are oppressed largely because of the exact same policies that you espouse to be good for them that actually cause them more harm than good. You take away a person's ability to protect themselves in their homestead, the people in the inner cities suffer. The people in the urban areas suffer. You defund the police, which they were all about until 5 seconds ago, all those people suffer. The oppressed, the supposed oppressed, their life gets objectively worse as a result. And then you're going to have people like John Fetterman, for example, say on camera, while a camera's on him, and he's like, yeah, typically blue collar workers and minorities or whatever, they don't have as much money, so they can't carry an ID. It's like, how disrespectful is that? Oh, you're a blue collar worker, you work in a coal mine, you're too poor, too dumb to figure out how to carry an identification. It's like, okay. And here's the best response that I think makes absolute total sense. How much do you guys think an ID costs? Like a driver's license? A driver's license is printed on a piece of plastic that probably costs a fraction of a cent. The ink on there, fraction of a cent. Let's just ballpark it and say that every ID costs 2 cents. It's a piece of plastic. Now let's think about the logistics of the license. Okay, you can renew them online in most states. Okay, you go to the DMV. The DMV is staffed like a garbage dump. These people hate their job. It's run like a dumpster. These people are probably not getting paid all that much money, but they're there and it works, right? It works sort of. How expensive could it be to procure an ID? If the ID was the big thing that people can't afford the ID, why don't we use the $60 billion that we sent over to the crane to President T-shirt, and why don't we just give everybody a free ID? You could have a van that went around to every person that doesn't have a thing, a pop-up shop that printed IDs. You take their documentation, you take the photo of them. How hard is it to bring a camera around? And give everybody that doesn't have an ID a real ID. And they can go vote with it. Is that hard? But no, you can't do that. But people are too hung up in the sensational story of the day, left, right, left, right, left, right, that they don't even pay attention to the real detail of what's actually going on. They really don't pay attention to the bigger game at play. It's like we're shipping billions of dollars to corrupt countries that don't like us very much. We're financing a war. We're getting involved in a hot war with a nuclear power to probably no benefit of our own. We're shipping all of our money overseas. Our cities here are languishing. And everybody thinks that Dark Brandon is so good and the economy is in the dumpster. And I don't care what anybody says. You want to say the unemployment is low. We're in a recession, and they try to redefine the word. The big problem is not Donnie. It's not Joey Basement. The problem is that the people just don't pay attention. See, like, again, somebody's in the comments on TikTok. Talk about the trillions spent by Republicans on senseless wars. Have you been listening to what I'm saying? Yeah, that's bad too. I agree. That's bad too. But the people that are yelling and screaming in all caps lock on TikTok are like 12 and they live in their basement. You don't even know. You haven't even paid attention to what's been going on for the last 15 years, 20 years. It's like they've bought the lie so hard that they just can't get out of their head. And they'll just scream in all caps. It's insane. Because the fact that people don't pay attention to the basic goings on of a bloated bureaucracy is the problem. There are so many things that are just traps where we pay attention to something that doesn't deserve any attention. And I just feel like we're all losing it. And meanwhile, the people that are running the show, not Joey Basement, not Joey 10% to the farm dealer, they are firmly in control. And how you could support them taking more of your rights away is mind blowing. They're like, yeah, I stand with Zelensky. 6 months ago, you didn't even know who Zelensky even was. You're cool with us sending all this money over there while we're suffering here. And then I made a video the other day where I was wearing an America First t-shirt and this clown sneaker, upside down clown sneaker, jabroni, sad boy, sad inside. Like, show me where Elon tickled your bag. He posts this video of like a person wearing a white hood with a sign that said America First. He's like, isn't that awkward? It's like, you're low IQ. I hate to break it to you, but you're sad inside, you're low IQ. That's the connection you're going to make, because I believe that my country that I love and the people around me should be first, because some idiot 50 years ago, before I was even born, had a sign that said that same message. So now saying America first is now bad for the rest of the time. Who hurt you, dude? Who hurt you? You're so clueless. Absolutely mind blown. Yeah, America first. That's like saying family first. Oh, family first? You don't care about anybody else's family? No, I'm just saying my family's first, psycho. I don't know. It's like I understand the role that America has played in human freedom. I understand the significance that America plays on the world stage. I understand that the laws, the rules, and the happenings and goings on that happen in America trickle out to the remainder of the world. I understand how important America is to the world. Sadly, some of these other people don't, because they're leading us right off a cliff while they feel shrouded in virtue because they're so smart that they happen to figure out that Joe Biden, who's been in office for 40 something years, the guy that is literally the establishment, one of the longest serving establishment swamp members, this guy is the steward of American prosperity. This guy is the steward of freedom. Joe Byron. It's like forget about the shady and objectively clear dealings of his brother and his son. Forget about that for a minute. You're going to say the guy that's been in there for 40 something years that could have done it all this time, this is the steward of freedom? This is the steward of prosperity? A guy that hasn't had a job in his life, that's been signing the back of a government check for his entire life? Somebody said compared to Trump, he's gold. Gold? Joe Biden is gold? And why is it's like all you can think about is Trump? It's the only thing that runs through your head is just Trump. And yeah, Joe Biden's better than Trump. Okay. Who told you to say that? Stelter? Did you see that on MSNBC? God, these young bucks. It's funny because when I was 18, 19, 20, I think I was 23 before I realized the real goings on of the world. I'll tell you this much. I wish these young bucks had a little bit more of a reference point to where they are in the game of life. I wish that they didn't get so emotional about this stuff because they want to be right so bad. When I was 18, yeah, I was like, Obama, hell yeah. But nothing will make you realize that freedom, conservative / libertarian, whatever, values, low taxes, rugged individualism, America first, nothing will make you realize that like paying your first tax check for $5,000 or $10,000. When you write a $10,000 check to the government in taxes, maybe you made more that year than the year before. When you write that $10,000 check, which for most people will take a while, maybe into their mid-20s, that's when you're like, wait a second. If I'm giving them $10,000 or $20,000 or $30,000, it's like, shouldn't the train not be a piece of shit? It's like, shouldn't my flight be on time? Shouldn't there not be a pothole at the end of my street? You know, it's like these are the types of things that you start to think about when you write a $10,000 tax check to the government. And oftentimes, before you're that age, before you reach that point where you've generated enough income, you're like, oh, you're mad at them. And being a Democrat, being a liberal, being a leftist, being a progressive liberal is the easiest game in the book. Everybody deserves free college. Everybody should get a check from the government. Yeah, love is love. Maps, dude, maps. Just love. Yeah, love. Everybody's just love. Yeah, let a kid go and see some adult content at a bar in the middle of the day. That's fine. Yeah, yeah, just give them a bunch of medicine. Give them a bunch of pharmaceutical pills. Stop. It just puts a pause on puberty. Oh, it just puts a pause. Oops. Oh, it's a pause. What the fudge brownie are you talking about? You're sick. It's like the most. It's like you want me to crank your bag and pound it into your balloon knot real quick. Pharmaceutical industry is probably one of the darkest, sickest, and most disgusting industries that exist on the literal planet of Earth. And you're going to let these psycho demons that have been enriching themselves for the better part of the last 200 something years, selling garbage to people, selling snake oil to people, making people more unhealthy as they buy cures and solutions and lotions and potions. You're going to let these people just put a pause on puberty. They try to tell us that we don't have the technology to go to the moon, but you have the technology to pause puberty with a pill. What are you, out of your mind? It's like, dude, what are you talking about? I don't understand. And it's like, you got people shilling on behalf of the big pharmaceutical companies. Like, you're gonna go and be like, trust the science. It's like, do you have any reference point of history at all? Who paid the largest fine of any private business in American history? Who paid that? The same guy that you're trusting to, to give you some secret top secret juice. And what's their defense now? It was Johnny's juice. It's like, bro, oh, you have to get this, or you can't fly, you can't get on a bus, you can't send your kid to school, wear this cloth, wear this porous cotton diaper. Oh, if you come into a business in New York City, but you don't have this, oh, you can't eat here. It's just like, dude, how are you guys not seeing it? And they're like, they're so stuck. They're so stuck in the trap. It's like, I want college to be free. Yeah, I want everybody to get $10,000 off their college. I want everybody to get free college. I want everybody to have a free house. I want everybody to have a free house and free college and $100,000 a year. And that's what they think is right. Yeah, but they don't understand that they don't have the depth of knowledge. They don't have the life experience to understand the negative ramifications of decisions like that. They don't understand the moral hazard of decisions like that. They don't understand inflation. And if they watch TV, their understanding of inflation is whatever the talking heads say. There is an epidemic in this world of people that are not financially aware, that are not financially responsible, that don't understand how money works. There was a point in my life where I realized I'm going to be broke forever unless I figure out a way to love money. And I don't love money like it will overtake me, like I'm corruptible to it. I love money the same way I love a hammer, as a hammer lets me build a house. I love a car I love it in the same way I love a car that allows me to drive to work faster, or drive to a job that I can absorb more value for myself by producing value for somebody else. People don't understand money. And money, whether people like it or not, is the lifeblood of the entire planet. I don't care if you think that it's bad, or it's the root of all evil, or it was written, or I read it upside down in a cave. It was written by the Anunnaki and upside down in hieroglyphics. Money is the instrument and the lifeblood of the whole world. And 95% of people have no idea where it comes from, how it works, how to obtain more of it, how to invest it. They don't understand credit. They don't understand loans. They don't understand equity. They don't understand home equity. They don't understand compound interest. They don't understand bank accounts, savings accounts, money market accounts, Roth IRA versus traditional IRA. They don't understand these things. And you know who understands these people the least? 18-year-old kids, 17-year-old kids, 13-year-old kids, 21-year-old kids, 23-year-old kids, 24-year-old kids. It doesn't mean that all of them that don't understand it. It just means that the vast majority of them. And these are the people that are in the street screaming, or going on TikTok and screaming in all caps in the comments, because they don't even know what they don't know. One of the best things I ever heard growing up, which I always hated to hear, is that you don't know what you don't know. And what these people don't know is they don't understand the backlash. They don't have the depth of understanding or the life experience to understand that if you give college away for free, it sounds real good, it sounds real nice, but it's going to have a negative backlash. It's the collateral damage of these decisions. It's not all rainbows. It's the reason why eggs and bacon and all these things are so expensive. And if you're out here and you're one of those people that's like, it's not a big deal, I don't mind paying a couple extra bucks for a gallon of gas. Well, the extra couple bucks that you don't mind paying for a gallon of gas, or you have a Tesla, or you don't care because of whatever reason, really punishes a person that has no voice. It really punishes the supposedly oppressed people. It punishes rural people. If you're an electrician and you live in rural America and you have to drive to different jobs around your city, if gas goes up $1 a gallon, you're screwed. You're in bad shape. You need to drive home early so you can drive your wife or your new kid to the doctor or whatever is the case. You're screwed. That gas will pummel you. And so will the fact that the housing prices are up, the rents are up. All the rents went up because apparently the health organization can determine who needs to pay their rent. They're like, oh, you don't have to pay your rent. It's Corona clap. People don't understand that they're packaging up a bill of goods in a nice shiny bow, and what's on the inside is poison. That's what young people don't understand. The vast majority of them, they're trapped. And they're like, yeah, Joe's helping the economy. Joe's helping the jobs. Donnie is annoying. And it's like they look at someone like Donnie and they're like, I hate this guy. I don't want to have lunch with him. I don't want to do this. So everything hits that same confirmation bias where they're like, look, he stole documents. He's bad. Look, he said Rosie O'Donnell. He's bad. Look, he did this. And like, don't get me wrong. There's a lot of bad things that he's done. I'm not going to ride into the sunset and say every single thing that this guy has done has been good. But to think that the Inflation Reduction Act is going to reduce inflation, you're dumb. Sorry. And I don't even want to say that you're dumb. I just want to say you don't understand money. You don't understand economics. You don't pay enough attention to the real world. Yeah, like people in the comments, like people on TikTok, it's like, I swear, it's where being intelligent goes to die is TikTok. They're like, yeah, dude, stealing government documents is in fact very bad. Sick comment, bro. Where did you read that? CNN? Stealing government Yeah, Donnie put him in his shorts and walked out of the front of the White House. Are you out of your mind? You guys are trapped in a very small bubble world where the only thing that you care about is Donnie renting out and leasing every floor in the empire of your head. You're clueless. Yeah, Donnie's stealing government documents. We're not even talking about that. But they're just so trapped. If people would just understand that the real altruism of people that are conservative, libertarian, whatever, the altruism is that what we're fighting for actually benefits you way more than what you're fighting for benefits us. Way more. It's not even comparable. Yet what we're saying would make your life objectively better. How you're going to tell me that the government, which has had a long and colored history of destroying everything it touches, is now equipped to handle every single thing imaginable. It's the solution for everything. Give them more money. Tax the rich. It's like you don't even understand that 60%, 50 or 60% of Americans don't even pay federal taxes. Your taxes and all this stuff around us, all of the bureaucracy, all of this stuff is being paid for by 40% of the people. And of that 40%, there's probably 5% of the people that really pay the vast majority of it. And the exact same people that these people want to tax, that's how I know you don't understand money. Because when you take money away from the large corporations, when you take money away from the rich, these big, bad rich people. How do rich people get rich? Rich people get rich by producing and outputting goods and services that people choose to buy with their own free will. That's how the free market economy works. People, human persons, choose to part ways with a bill, with a piece of paper, a promissory note, that they believe that the item or service that they're getting in return is of more value than the paper in their hand. You created this value and you chose to do it with your own free will. A rich person gets wealthy by producing goods and services that people choose to buy with their own free will. So they choose to buy it, which means that their life is improved because of it, and they part with their money as a result. How were they able to create that value for you? You know what they did? They invested money. Where did they get the money to invest? To buy the equipment, to buy the research, to hire the employees, to buy the facilities, to create that product or service that you choose to buy with your money. They saved it. They saved it. So as they were hoarding money, they were saving it. Instead of squandering it on things that they didn't need, instead of buying the new watch or the new car or the new house, they saved that money. so that they can produce more products and services that you choose to buy from your own free will. And meanwhile, they competed with every other person that could have saved their money and invested in those things. And they competed on a free and open, free playing field where if they made a mistake, you would choose not to buy from them anymore and they would go down. Where the only obligation that they have is to the customer. The only obligation that they have is to provide a product and service that people love that they choose to buy. That's their only obligation. In order to stay in business, in order to grow, they have to save money, they have to reinvest, and they have to produce products and services that you love better than the next guy. When you take that equation, that pretty objectively close to perfect capitalistic open market, and you add an anointer, the bureaucracy, who can pick who gets the job, who gets the win, who gets to work and who doesn't get to work, who has what laws passed in their favor versus the other, how much red tape and how much money they need to spend in order to get into that marketplace. When the bureaucracy gets in the way, the free market economy is ruined. The bureaucracy picks and anoints the winners and losers. They get cycled in and out of office by much richer people that anoint them. And then all of the money that would have gone to investing in you having a better quality of life, better products, better services, better everything, is instead spent on figuring out how to game the system, how to pay the bureaucracy, because that guy has more power than you just doing good by your customers. The person that's in the control and the laws of power, in the halls of power, that person has more benefit to your bottom line. You didn't make the game, you're just playing the game. Don't hate the player, hate the game. They realize that this is the game they're playing, and their competitors are doing the same thing. So if you have a company that does construction and your competitor has a company that does construction and he's investing hundreds of millions of dollars lobbying the government to get favorable contracts and the rest, and you're not doing it, you know what's going to happen real soon while you sit there and be all good and virtuous by not participating? You're out of business. Now you have no business. Now you have to get your services by them, and then they can charge us whatever they want for it. The world suffers as a result. Big government is the problem. Squandering money is the problem. There is no greater equalizer than the free market, open market, capitalist society. But no, give the power to the government. Give the power to the bureaucracy. Yeah, and like someone in the comments on TikTok, yeah, it's working great for our healthcare system. You know why the healthcare system is garbage, bro? You know why? Because more than 50% of all healthcare is purchased by the federal government through Medicare. That's the reason why the healthcare system is trash. That's why it's so bad. It still remains better than pretty much every other developed nation in the entire world, with the exception of a few. And the places that it may or not be, yeah, they're taxing you 50, 60% of your income. But it's like, dude, healthcare is expensive because the government gets its dirty, filthy paws in there. College is expensive because the government got its dirty, filthy paws in there. Your lack of understanding of basic economics and money is showing. But all you can do is yell about whatever is the hot button topic, whatever you saw on CNN, whatever you read on MSNBC, whatever you saw on the headline on Drudge. Oh yeah, what about the Medicare? It's like you don't have the depth of understanding to see what happened in order for it to get here. But okay. I see people in the comments on Instagram talking about Canada. Canada, terrible in every way. No free speech. Egregious, outrageous rules regarding the medicine. You can get arrested for speech in Canada. It's bad. Yeah, like see another person, a nameless person in the comments. I thought he was right wing because he's angry. It's like, yeah, let's all just be happy go lucky while they melt down every single thing that your grandfather and your grandmother worked so hard to get. But yeah, maybe I am angry. Maybe I'm angry because you guys are trying to desecrate. You're trying to desecrate the same institution that's created so much prosperity and freedom for the people of this planet. But you guys, don't stand for the flag. The institutions are bad from the top down. Free college, free medicine, free everything. Donnie has papers on his floor. Like you have no reverence. Our grandparents had strong unions. Yeah, it's the unions. That's the good thing that we need right now. More unions. Yeah, the union really helps out. You're forced to join the union, as you're forced to pay dues to the union, and the union is a political operation that, for the most part, doesn't even really help you or stand up for your operation at all. But yeah. So unions are really going to save it. Do you even know why unions were created in the first place? You know what's the best union now? The internet communication. The fact that the message can be spread far and wide. You can get more jobs anywhere else at faster than any other time in history. But yeah, it's the union. The teachers' unions are super corrupt. I see somebody mention that in the comments. Yeah, the unions are really fighting on your behalf because they are fighting to keep you out of school, fight to have the kids not be learning. But yeah, they're like, why are you so angry? I'm angry because you guys don't even understand what's going on. And you're cheering while they melt the whole place to the ground. But yeah. You know who has the most reverence for America? People that came from other nations. People that came from other places that realize how good America is, for all the bad things that they say that we have and all the bad things that we've supposedly put on our own people. It's like, go somewhere else. We'll see. So you can chart the loss of middle class with the decline of unions. Okay. Yeah. User 6515555. It's like, I don't even care about your opinion. Somebody said on Facebook, I was born in Cuba. People don't realize when the government has the power to give, they also have the power to take away, and they decide who gets what when. That's exactly right. Yeah, the Cubans love it here. They don't want any of that stuff. But all right. Oh no! Somebody on TikTok said we're not even number one on the Freedom Index. Oh no, the Freedom Index? You don't say. Watch out, guys. We're not on the Freedom Index. You know who is on the Freedom Index? Australia. Yeah, it's real free in Australia. They send you to your hotel. Go to your hotel and get your government sandwich. Just sit inside your hotel, also known as prison. Yeah, yeah. Australia's high on the Freedom Index. First of all, what the hell's a freedom index? Second of all, who cares? Third of all, who makes a freedom index? I don't need to look at an index created by some jabroni to know that America is more free than any other nation. We're not even on the freedom index. Oh, wow. Oh, my God. Who was the freedom index written by? The freedom index assembled by Washington Post. It's like, yeah, guys, we're not on the freedom index. Yeah. That's that's high in my concern. Where is speech the freest of any nation? Where is there the freest speech in the entire world? Oh, I don't know, America. You're not even on the Freedom Index. Oh no! Watch out, guys. We're not on the Freedom Index. I love when people watch. I love when news outlets and magazines and whatnot will put out they'll put out like best places to live. And they're like 5 of the best 25 places to live in America are in Australia. They're in Canada. It's like, oh, Toronto, one of the best places to live. Are you sure about that? Because if you didn't get a mysterious potion blasted into your dirt star, you couldn't get on a bus in Toronto. But yeah. Toronto, one of the best places to live. Don't say the wrong thing. Don't call your don't call your daughter she, or you could go to jail. Welcome to Toronto. It's one of the best places to live. It's high on the Freedom Index. Oh, it's on the Freedom Index. Oh, no. Wow. Yeah, guys. Next time I pick a place to move, I'm going to look at the Freedom Index first. Cool. Okay. These are like the exact same people who believe that the Forbes list is the list of the richest people in the world. They're like, it's Elon. He's the richest man in the world. It's like, you sure about that? Are you sure? Are you sure about that? Because last time I checked, there was a guy that had a castle 300 years ago. And that guy has children's children. You're telling me the castle guy, you're telling me the Sultan guy has less money than Elon, who made his wealth in his lifetime? In 50 some odd years or whatever, Elon created more money than the guy whose family had a castle 300 years ago? Yeah, the Forbes list. It's the top of the Forbes. He's the richest man in the world. Sure he is. That's what the richest man in the world would want you to think. It ain't me. I'm not on there. Don't come to my house. Go to Elon's house. It's like, yeah, dude. Oh no, is Elon on the Freedom Index? Oh no. Oh, yeah. Oh no. It's oh my god. It, that's the thing. That's why like you have to be aware of the marketplace that you're communicating in, and like that's the thing that I try to remember when I'm on TikTok is like it's a toxic environment the vast majority of the time, and people feel they feel less attached to their identity, so they say things that they wouldn't normally say to like a person in real life, or when their identity, or at least some angle of their identity, uh, is shown, and they're just like they just like have a user account with a random username and like a green profile photo, and they just like say all this terrible stuff, and they're like, meanwhile, it's like a 7-year-old. It's like you just got to remember who you're discussing with, and then like, and then I'll have these like weird, real creepy boomers like just making weird videos about me on there, and I'm like, dude, I wasn't really much interested in your opinion to begin with, anyways. But thanks for the video. And they associate anybody that disagrees with their view as like a Trumper. It's like you're in the trap. But I do appreciate I do appreciate the platform and the access to those people that an app like TikTok provides. It's like this is my second time going live there, and even though I have a considerably higher following on Instagram, sometimes the view count in the lives is higher. Sometimes the video view count is higher. So it's like sometimes you just got to play the game. And even though I think that a lot of people that find themselves there are very toxic and very sad and upset, and they're very mad at people like Elon or whoever else. They're mad at people that have prosperity. They want free college and a free house and free money and a free check, and every single thing is you're a Donnie shill. It's like they're out here cheering for the demise of the empire that I think for the most part most of them don't even really understand all that much. But yeah, but okay, yeah, like come in the comments and like and scream in all caps, like that's a great solution. Somebody said on Instagram, where are you live besides Instagram? So right now I'm live on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, Getter, and Rumble simultaneously. It's about, I know it's a little bit later. I think it's 11:05 here, and about there's about 300 or 350 or so people watching right now on all the platforms. Which is awesome. So I want to try to engage some more with the comments. I know that sometimes you get lost in a little in a rant here, but thank you, Johnny, on Facebook. Johnny said, thank you for everything you do. I really appreciate that. Somebody said you're live on Grinder too. Yeah. I hope I'm live on Grinder. That'd be awesome. That would be great. Do you ever, Sam said on Facebook, do you ever dig stuff up from the past way back? I don't know what you mean by that. Should be way more. Yeah, I agree. But look, it's late at night. Jojo Crypto Live. Yo, I don't know who that is, Jojo Crypto, but yo, represent. That's what's up. That's what's up, Jojo. I don't know who you are, but yeah, that's what's up. PF4L. Oh, what's up, Joe? How you doing, man? Good to see you. Megan on Facebook said you opened my eyes. My eyes were closed for way too long. Many thanks. Yeah, appreciate you. Thank you so much. Somebody said somebody said on TikTok, they said, what is your educational background? I went to a blue ribbon, whatever the hell that even means, middle school in Connecticut. I went to a pretty decent high school. I went to the University of Connecticut for one semester, and they told me that I wasn't going to make it in the business school. So I dropped out and started my own business. Uh, it took me about 3 years of doing odd jobs. I was a bank teller, and I worked at a restaurant, and I built websites on the side. And by 2009, which is 4 years after I graduated high school, I started building websites full time. And I've been a independent entrepreneur, web developer that worked for myself. Started my business in 2008. Started doing it full time in 2009, and I was a full time web developer for the last 12 years until my videos popped off, and now I make videos. So my educational background is limited to 1 year of college, which I barely learned anything there. All my education is from YouTube, podcasts, and having a thirst for the truth. It's like, in order to understand money, you need to love money. In order to understand the economy, you need to love the economy. In order to understand all these things, it's like, I realized something. I was like, if I want to have money, which is freedom, the same thing. A hammer is a house, money is freedom. It's the same thing. It's an instrument that lets me obtain the other. Okay. I was like, I need to love money. Otherwise I'll never be able to get it. It's the same way as like a person. It's like, you need to love a person. How would you love a person in order to build something with them? You got to figure out how their ticks, what makes them work, where do they come from, what's the good about them, what's the bad about them, how do I find it, how do I make it click into gear so that it can create positive and prosperity and positive output. So I was like, in order to get more money, freedom. In order to get more freedom, I need more money. In order to get more money, I need to love money. In order to love money, I need to understand money. In order to understand money, I need to understand the economy. In order to understand the economy, I need to understand politics. That's how I got to politics. I was like, I need to get money. I need to obtain money. I need to obtain freedom. I need to understand the economy. I need to understand politics. And then I realized that politics, the economy, and money are all intertwined. And all of those things combined are humanity and life as a whole. In order to understand life, you need to understand politics. In order to understand life, you need to understand the economy. In order to understand life, you need to understand money. In order to understand life, you need to understand freedom. As a result of all these things, you also need to understand your own health. You need to understand how the world works. You need to understand when they're coming to get you. If I hadn't done all this research, I would have lined up for the mysterious juice just like everybody else. But I was like, wait a second. Good thing I looked into money. Good thing I looked into all this stuff. Like, good thing. Rachie Bo, top 3 books you recommend on how to make money? On how to make money? Well, I think that making money has a lot to do with understanding yourself and understanding reality. So again, it's like, how do you understand? I think the book like how a market grows and why it crashes by Peter Schiff has been a really helpful book for me because it helped me understand the economy. Tribe by Sebastian Younger is a good one. I think honestly, I think that making money is about understanding life. The Alchemist helps you understand life. Um, there's a really good book by Barbara Corcoran called Shark Tales. It's about her life story, which I find very interesting. There's a guy named Peter Jones that has a really good book about business that seems so obvious, but I forget what Peter Jones' book is called, but look him up. He was on Shark Tank in the UK. One book that I think everybody should also read, which is not necessarily related to making money, is a book by this man named Corey Wayne. It's called How to Be a 3% Man. I would highly suggest that everybody reads that book as well. I just finished Relentless by Tim Grover. I would highly recommend that book as well. These are not necessarily about making money, but they're just high quality stuff. Gary Vee has some good books as well. Crystal said, "I hate politics. But that's the bottom line. If you want freedom, you need to play the game. Look, you got to understand the game that you're in, and politics is just part of the equation. It's part about maintaining your freedom. I understood a very long time ago that what I needed to figure out how to do was be as free as possible. Freedom is my number one priority, and that's why I try to care about all these other things because I want to stay free." Somebody said on TikTok, I had a bad feeling about the juice that made me do research. Yeah, I mean, I've said it a million times on all these different platforms. You need to independently validate every piece of information that comes into your life. I don't care where it comes from. I don't care if it comes from a family member, from a friend, or even from your doctor. You need to do your own research. And I absolutely hate that people say things like, "Oh, you're just going to go against this or this large scale." I'm trying to not say the words. I'm not stumbling on normal words. I'm trying to not say the names of the organizations because these things are trash. It's like, "Oh, you don't trust $80 billion in health funding." It's like, not when they lie to me, demon. No, I don't. If they're gonna lie to me, and they've been lying to people all throughout history, no, I'm not gonna just blindly trust them. Sorry, the air is safe to breathe. Yeah, I bet the 4,300 people that passed away from what happened in New York City on that day because of those illnesses that they obtained by breathing that air. I bet they were just listening to what they said, right? But yeah, they told you it came out of my TV box. So go ahead and sign up for that. We are in the jungle, fam. You need to understand that nowhere is safe. You have to independently validate every piece of information that comes into your life. I don't care who it comes from. You got to do research. But okay, yeah. Oh, I trust them because they said it. Yeah, I bet that's how they felt when they got Agent Orange dropped on them too, and all these other things. You know what they also said back in the day. You know what the doctor said back in the day. Smoking cigarettes is good for your oxygen level, good for your airwaves, good for your lungs. Brondo, it's what plants need. Some people get that joke. What do you think about the sovereign citizen movement? I don't know what that is. Blind Faith in the Matrix, says Lane on Facebook. Yeah, that's correct. Marnie said, "Glad you did because your lives make me LOL." Thank you. All that disinformation is not facts. Yeah, yeah. Like, it's like I especially feel bad for the young ones. Like I said, it's like when I was 18 years old, 19 years old, 20 years old, I was a big time Democrat. I was all about it. I was like, yeah, free college. The rich people are bad. I was like, Obama's great. Everybody, America's really like. I thought all that was spot on. I watched CNN. And I thought that was what it was. And you watch Fox, and you're like, look at these pompous. It's so obvious. Like, yeah, it's the easiest position to hold. I've said this so many times. The easiest position to hold is the one that everybody supposedly unanimously agrees on. It's like, oh, like all the major corporations, all the TV people, it's like, you're telling me that you align politically with Billie Eilish? You honestly think that Billie Eilish and Madonna, you guys are on the same side of the equation and this is somehow good? Now, don't get me wrong. There's people on the right that are zany, but Billie Eilish, they got every 18-year-old. Is there any famous 17-year-old kid that's out there liking what happened, the conservative or libertarian view of things? No, they're all like, F Donald Trump. It's like, it's the easiest position in the world to hold. Oh, congratulations, you agree with Billie Eilish. Like, good job. You agree with Olivia Rodrigo. She knows. If anybody knows about politics, it's some 17-year-old kid that has $50 million. Yeah, it's just like, dude, read some context. You align politically with Lizzo. Wow. Holy crap, guys. Lizzo's on my team. It's me and Lizzo and Billie Eilish. Billie Eilish's song is like, I'm depressed, 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 depressed. And then she's like, vote for Joe. It's like, yeah. And then you have people like Taylor Swift. She's like, oh, look, I made a Joey Basement cookie. It's like, oh, cool. You align politically with Taylor Swift. Congrats. You can like her music. I'm just saying, do you think Taylor's doing hard hitting political journalism? Do you think even if she understood the truth of what was going on and the history of the country in her very short life, same like these other ones, Olivia Rodrigo and the rest of them, do you think that these young people are out here like researching political happenings or the history of the world? No, their manager, their boss, their parents, their handlers are like, say you're going to vote for Joe Byron, and they'll get you a singing gig at the White House. It'll blow your spot up. You'll sell 50,000 albums. We're going to bring BTS to the White House. Oh, cool. You know what's so hilarious about BTS? They were like, yeah, they were like, look, it's a photo op with Joe Byron and BTS. He's like, to stop Asian hate. Those dudes in BTS, they don't even speak English. When Joe was talking to them, there was only one guy that can speak English. I'm just saying, it's like those dudes are all sitting there like, yeah. They don't even know why they're there. They don't even care why they're there. They're like, our manager said we're about to make that guap. So they went and they're like, photo, BTS, stop Asian hate. It's like, dude, they didn't even, then there was the one dude that spoke English. I'm just saying, I got no beef with them. I'm just saying it's a charade. And like people are like out there just like loving Byron. It's like this dude's been in there for 50 years. There's all these videos of this dude saying all the things that are bad, disagreeing with all the things. And all you can think about is Donnie has some papers on the floor in his house. Oh, it's this is bad. It's like you're on the side of Billie Eilish and Olivia Rodrigo. This is the easiest position to have. It's so easy, in fact, that you could be 14 or 16 or whatever. You can't even legally vote, and you're on TV telling people, go vote for this guy. You don't even know. It's like you're not even in the zone. And people are thinking that they're taking their political cues from these people. You're politically aligned with Cardi B. Congratulations, you and Cartier. Watch. Oh, okay, yeah. That's who I want to take my political advice from. Joe Byron hides the kid, sniffs the palm. Did an interview with Cardi A. Literally did an interview where she's like, you know, I like this. Okay, Joe, you're just gonna give us free money, and he's like, whoa. It's like this dude's not even there. Oh, you align politically with Cardi B. Congratulations. You and Cardi B, and Billie Eilish and Olivia Rodrigo all vote for Joe. Good job. I'm sure Cardi B is doing research into American history. I'm sure she understands how much a gallon of gas is. I'm sure Cardi B thinks about how much an electrician in Idaho is paying for gas and how they're not going to be able to afford to heat their home this winter. But no, free college, guys. Free college, guys. Free college. Stick it to Putin. Just stick it to Putin. I stand with Zelensky. Do you even know who Zelensky is? Do you even know where he lives? Do you even know the history of this very corrupt place? I stand with Zelensky. No. Yeah. Flag in bio. Flag in bio. Crane flag in bio. I stand. I stand against Putin. Is Cardi B a fast food joint? No, I don't think so. ah, people are on TikTok. He's ranting baloney. Is he? Then leave. No one's making you be here. Like, let me watch this. Let me watch this. He's ranting baloney. Yeah, just click X. Go watch Cartier. I don't know. Go watch Cardi B. That's actually pretty good. Cardi B. Maybe I'll do that. Bobby is drinking bubbles again. Yeah. Large facts, jumbo facts, gargantuan. ah, who gives this guy money? I don't know, James. Maybe you could go to my website and purchase a shirt. Perhaps you could parcheezel a Donnie lives rent free in your head. Send me a DM and I'll give you a coupon. Who gives this guy money? I don't know. I'm not here for money. Like, that's not the purpose of why I'm here. Of course, I appreciate it. People supporting the channel so I can make more streams. But have I asked for money on this stream? No, I haven't. I'd rather the country be saved because I'd be able to prosper a whole lot more from a prosperous nation than I would by somebody tossing me $20 here and there. Even though I appreciate it, and I'm so thankful that people do that, because obviously that's what needs to happen in order to keep the channel going. But I'm not here asking for it. The website is bobbysauce.com. You want to go there? Be angry. I got to support you until I learn more. I find you very informative. Thank you on TikTok. Appreciate that. I give this guy money. Yeah, I appreciate that. All the people that are on Instagram, making donations and buying the flags or buying the badges. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much to the people that are buying the badges. Yeah, like people on TikTok are like, who gives this person money? It's like money is just an instrument to create more of what you like. That's it. You support channels that you like. I buy badges and I buy merchandise from creators that I like so that they'll make more of it. I support people and channels that I like so that they make more of it because I believe that what they're doing is purpose driven and for the better of the nation. So that's why people buy things from people because they believe that they're making their life objectively better. They're increasing your quality of life. That's why people pay for things. Maggie says, I hate the new microphone. Why? Pardon? What is that about? How could you hate a new microphone? How could you hate the new microphone? I don't get it. It's objectively so much better. Really not even comparative. Thank you, Jeep Chick. I'm addicted to your videos and information. Appreciate that. Thank you so much. Somebody said perpetually high. LOL. Yeah, no, perpetually lit is not the same as being perpetually high. I'm not perpetually high. I don't even smoke that weeble anymore. Stop doing that. How is my fur baby? He's good. He's just chilling outside right now. He's old. He's very old. Somebody said my mic goes in and out. I don't even know what you're talking about. Is anybody else hearing that? I watched the whole video of my live stream. I paid so much money, thousands on thousands on thousands, thousands of dollars to make sure that this mic does not cut in and out. So if it's cutting in and out, people, please let me know because it can't be cutting in and out. I spent way too much money on it. Somebody said on Instagram, "Have you been called controlled op yet?" Yeah, like 100 times. Yeah, people. No, the mic is not cutting out on Instagram because I'm not using the mic on Instagram. TikTok, I'm not using the mic on TikTok. The only place that's getting the mic is Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, the podcast after the fact, YouTube channel. That's it. People on Instagram and TikTok are not getting the mic. It's when I back up from the mic. I don't even know. People are saying that I'm going in and out. It does sound like it's a little sketchy. That's not good. Huh. That's a real bummer. Sounds like it is doing something a bit off. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how to fix it. I don't know what's wrong with it. I'll have to play back the. People are saying that the sound is choppy. That's really depressing. I know people on Instagram and TikTok, the mic is not happening there. It's not using the mic. You need to be super close to it. I don't even know. Well, whatever. People are saying it was fine yesterday. That's a real bummer. I'll have to get in touch with my dude and see if I can figure out why that is. But sorry for everybody that are on Facebook and YouTube. That's a bummer. I'm surprised that it's not sounding good. I need a pop filter. No, the mic. I don't know how to connect. I don't know how to connect the mic to. I don't know how to connect the mic uh to an Instagram feed. I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to use the same one. I don't know if that's even possible. So it's just connected to the actual video feed. But that's a real bummer. I will check that out. I will check that out after the fact. I'll try to figure out. I'll try to figure out how people are getting a bad. I don't know how that's possible. It's like really bothering me now that people on Facebook and YouTube are getting bad mic feedback. Can other people please comment on Facebook, YouTube if you're not hearing the audio properly? Because that's really a bummer. I spent so much money, but whatever. I'll get it resolved. But I'm just curious if more people can comment other than the people that already did on Facebook and YouTube if the mic doesn't sound good. Yeah, I know the mic's going on Instagram because it's not there. They're saying it's intermittent. I don't know what that means. It randomly sounds like a snorkel. That's not good. Ah, all right. On Instagram, how long am I going live for? I don't know. Somebody said Streamlab. No, I'm on StreamYard. I don't need to stay on StreamYard. Um, I'm happy to not use StreamYard, but it has been pretty good up until this point. Somebody said I just went from IG to Facebook and it's not so good on Facebook. It's not good. Whatever. I'll uh, I'll look into it. Sorry about that. It's when I move around that it sounds far away from the second that I move closer and it sounds fine. I don't know. Somebody said tell them all to come to TikTok so they don't miss the moronic comments. Yeah, yeah. The comments on TikTok are pretty dark. People said it's not good sound on Facebook. That's that's really upsetting. I'm really sorry to hear that, and I'll see if I can figure out why that is. Check out the song "Clown World" Part One and Two. I came here tonight because I Wenster said too nice. That's what's up. That's my boy. Like it's the platform, not the mic. That's funny. The only thing I hear is when you modulate your voice, you go from quiet to more emphatic. And I think that is what some people are reacting to. All right. Yeah. Somebody said it could be the book that's causing the delay. I mean, I'm streaming to all these places simultaneously. I don't know if that possibly slows it down. Um, I have to get better at it. This is my second stream using this setup, so I don't know. You know, I'm listening to my voice through these headphones, so I can hear the how the mic is sounding. I can hear this is far away, and I can hear that this is right in there. So I don't know, but I'm doing the best I can. So my deepest apologies. Um, but it is really interesting, like I said, how TikTok, even though it's such a dark place sometimes, at least is my cord curved too tight? No, I don't think so. Um, but no, like I find that people are on TikTok later at night, which is really interesting. I don't know why that is. I don't know if the audience is just more concentrated there. I don't know, or like in a different part of the country or something. But so the sound is not different on Instagram and TikTok. It's not going through the mic, just so we know. It's just Facebook, YouTube, which is interestingly enough where the lowest amount of viewers are right now is Facebook and YouTube. And I wonder if that's why it is. I don't know, but I guess we'll find out. Thank you so much, Jeff, on Facebook. Um, I know that there's so many interesting things that happen on the TikTok live stream where it has like goals and all these little things that are flying around and there's likes and stuff and it totals the amount of likes that you got. It says there's 8.9 thousand likes and 110 people watching on TikTok. That's awesome. It's really cool. Yeah, maybe I'm getting clapped on Facebook. I don't know. I guess. Dude, you've been rattling about your mic for 10 minutes. Pick a topic. Dude, just leave. I don't know. I'm just chilling. I'm just hanging out. I'm reading the comments. I'm interacting. I'm allowing people to ask questions and stuff. I'm just letting people chat. People are chatting on TikTok with each other. People are chatting on Instagram with each other. They're hanging out. I'm going to do whatever I want. Talk about something. Dance, monkey. Dance. Yeah, I'm on. I got 7 platforms simultaneously streaming. I told people at the beginning of the episode that I'm here to interact and jam and read the comments and stuff and let people say stuff in chat. And they're like, pick a topic, you idiot. It's like, all right. The topic is leave. The topic is nobody makes you follow me. That's the beauty of it. But yeah, what's up, California? I love your content. Thank you so much on TikTok. Appreciate that. Bobby, I'm on Instagram in Australia, and the picture sounds perfect. Yeah. Somebody on Facebook said they said tell us a favorite story. Oh, I forgot to leave that thing. Tell us a favorite story. Favorite story. My my favorite story is that in America, I believe that you can control your own destiny and future. And I believe that if you work really hard and focus your mind and your actions on the right things, you can change your operation for the better. And it's not even a story because I appreciate that question or that proposal, but I just want to reiterate something. I remember what it was like to have $18 in my bank account. I have $100 or whatever in my bank account. I remember what that was like. And I also understand how difficult it is to make a lot of money. And it really bothers me so much that people are so anti people that have accumulated wealth when something like 90% of people have inherited absolutely nothing or next to nothing negligible, and they are all self made, all these millionaires. Because if it was easy to do it, then everybody would do it. And it's the small decisions compounded over time for the vast majority of people that allow them to create wealth and change their life. And it's like, if you read more books and you invest your money into yourself and your own business, you can create your own prosperity and create your own luck. I just find it so mind blowing that people are so quick to dismiss the fact that in America, you can change your outcome by just working harder and being smarter. If you just read books, pay more attention, invest and save, invest money in cash flow, you can win. 5 years ago, it's like, and then once you really get some money, once you feel like you have enough money that you can buy, maybe not the car that you dreamed of, but the car that you want, you can live in the place that you want, and everything's not perfect, but it's good. It's like that is achievable for everybody. But what's so key is that once you get that and once you obtain that level, that you continue reinvesting. I told this story last night where I was talking about how a month ago I was like, I've been saving up money to do X, Y, and Z thing. Like I want to buy a better house or I want to do whatever. And instead of doing that, I took the $8,000 that I could have used to buy a jet ski or a new scooter or a hot tub or whatever else, and I invested in all this equipment. That's the type of thing that a person with the right mindset does. They invest in themselves. It's like I didn't want to spend $500 on this mic. I had a mic that was $100 that worked just fine. I didn't want to spend $1,600 on this computer. I got a computer right behind me that worked kind of all right. I didn't want to buy these headphones and I didn't want to buy these lights. I didn't want to do all of that, but I felt like that was the smarter thing to do. And it's like that's what all of these wealthy people have done. They decided instead of getting the hot tub, instead of going on vacation, instead of doing all these things that they probably would have loved to do, they decided to invest in themselves. And that's how they created all of this wealth. Only to have some jabroni in a Starbucks on their iPhone on Twitter be like, tax them. They don't deserve it. Look at their skin. It's just like, dude. And then like, I don't know. I just find it so troubling. This is a perfect example. Somebody just said on TikTok, wealthy people get other people to do the work. Wealthy people don't get other people to do the work. They don't get other people to do the work. People choose to do the work so that they can increase their own prosperity, so that they can live a better quality of life. People want the job. They want to work so that they can improve their life. They have a choice. Sarah said, have you ever sat down with Joe Rogan? I would like to, but, that would be cool, but not unless enough people chirping. Somebody on TikTok, this is the type of mentality. This is what I'm talking about. People don't understand money. Profit is theft. Housanabi, you are clueless. Profit is theft. Okay, move to Cuba. Good luck with that. Profit is theft. You're out of your mind, dude. You need to do some research, man. Profit is theft. What planet are you residing on? You think the phone that you're on right now would be as good as it is if profit was theft? Do you think that this platform would allow a person like me to stream in 1080p all across the planet for free? Let me add, if profit was theft, you're clueless. Someone's like, this guy is such a boomer. I was born in 1985. I'm 35. I'm a real boomer. What a boomer. Profit is theft. College should be free. Joe is young. Boomer mentality. Yeah, I have a real boomer mentality. Sure. This guy's such a boomer. I thought he was 50. Yeah, I'm 50. Okay. What a boomer. Yeah. Yeah, nothing would exist without profit. That is correct. So does that guy on TikTok have a job? No, of course not. Why would he have a job? He's a he's an upside down hippopotamus. He's a they them. Somebody said, how many hours do I do this a day? I don't know. 5, 7. Profit is theft. Yeah, it is. You right. Profit is bad. The free market's real bad. So bad. College should be free. College should be free. Do people even understand why people go to college? You invest money so that you could make enough money to pay it back. That's why people go to college. They go to college to increase their base of knowledge and connections so that they can earn more money than they would have made without it. They take a loan so that they can invest that money in knowledge and then they repay it back from the prosperity that's created as a result of them having the skills and connections that they obtain in college. That's why you go to college. You go to college so you can make more money. Anybody could go sweep a floor without going to college. You go to college and you take that debt on, or you borrow that money, or you pay that money because you're investing in the knowledge that will help you make more money after that. Somebody said, how much are you making off this scheme? What scheme? Selling a Donnie lives rent free in your head t-shirt? Yeah. I'm walking all the way. I'm driving my Rolls Royce to the bank on Donnie lives rent free in your head t-shirt. Like, sometimes I'll make like $60 on a stream, $50. Like, if I was doing it purely for money, you would know it. I wouldn't be sitting here for hours. I wouldn't be making reels every day. I wouldn't be doing all the things I'm doing. It's like, yeah, what's this scheme? It's like, what scheme? What kind of scheme is this? I used to be able to build a website I would charge $250 an hour to build a website. Like, would have been up 500 bills already. But it's like, I enjoy this more. I would rather do this. I would rather do this. I would rather have more fun. And I think it's more purpose driven than building websites. Why am I sitting here? Yo, James, a good question for you on TikTok is why are you sitting here? Just leave, dude. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Donde está your hobbies. Go find something else to do. I don't care. I love that. Why are you here? Why are you here, dog? Probably because you're at your job and you hate it. I don't know what to tell you. Because if you're watching something that you don't like, it says a lot more about you than it says about me. You know, I'm here chilling with a few hundred people that enjoy what I'm creating, that enjoy the conversation that they're having. It's like, I don't know what to tell you. Why are you doing this? I don't know. Why does anybody do anything? Because they think it's good, because they enjoy it, because it's fun. Like, what the fuck? Why? What is he doing? Yeah, donde está your hobbies? Yeah, exactly. Go take a walk. I don't know. Why? What is he doing? Ah, it's funny. You know, I made this creation, whatever it is. I made this podcast, whatever you want to call it. I made this a podcast or whatever, because I just wanted to have a way of giving people an additional method by which they can A, discover the content, and B, consume the content. I have a lot of people have said to me, I want to listen to the audio on my way to work. I can't always watch the Instagram feed, and I know that it's not great for watching long form videos, and I can't always catch it live. I live in another country, whatever. So I created the podcast format, which is the audio only version of what I was already doing, as just a way of giving people another way to consume the content. But it's funny because I imagine if you just like discovered this show on Apple Podcasts or something and you didn't know any of the context and you just listened, and then at a random point in the show I'm just like, Jimmy, like, what the hell, Jim? Exit the chat. It's like, if you didn't know that I was on lives and all these other lives, you wouldn't know what was going on. You would just be like, what is this? Like, it was really hard hitting at the beginning, but now I'm confused. So for anybody who doesn't already know, I see some people that are in the chat that are asking. I've been making live streams as a way of interacting with the people here for 2 years now. But I started a podcast called The Bobby Sauce Show, which is pictured here. You can't see it on TikTok, but you can see it on Instagram, and you can see it here on the other channels. Called The Bobby Sauce Show. You can find the show, the audio of the show, and the video on Spotify, and then you can find the audio on Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Castbox, and a variety of other places where podcasts can be consumed. If you want to follow the podcast, please consider going and liking it, following it on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Please go and give it a rating. Even if you don't like it, go rate it. You don't like it if you want. If that's what you want to do. Routine. Go to bobbysauceshow.com and you can rate the podcast. Go on Apple Podcasts and just give it a rating. I really would appreciate that. And tickle my bag, just crank my literal bag. Somebody said, first time I found you, you were literally falling out of a chair going off. I never laughed so hard ever. That's what's up. Thank you, Lucky. Really appreciate that. Yeah, check it out. Go to bobbysauceshow.com or thebobbysauceshow.com. You can find the links to all the podcasts, and do me a favor and like and comment and subscribe and all that stuff. I'm on all the places. I'd love to see those numbers go up and get some ratings. But it's cool because I was doing these. Jeez, I gotta stop drinking the bubbles. It comes like right through the mic. I gotta stop doing I gotta start. What's it called? I was making all these live streams for such a long time, and I was like, the quality of the content is good, but people are tolerating the quality of the stream itself. So I was like, what if I had a cooler backdrop? Like, obviously I got my logos in there. I got the B-roll going, which is maybe weird. I don't know. Maybe I'll change that. It's a video of me. Maybe I'll put a fireplace or something back there. I don't know. But was like, what if I increase the quality of the stream? What if I increase the quality of the audio? And then I went and put it on a podcast. Oh, Anomaly's in the chat. What up, Anomaly? What's going on? Um, but people like him, they create a podcast and turn it into a higher quality stream. As you step it up, you appreciate all the great content, and now you can view it or consume it in another place. You can listen to it in a different place. So that's what I decided to do. So it's like I bought a phone so I can stream on TikTok while I'm on Instagram. So there's two streams going at the same time, and I'm on all these platforms, the cameras, there's lights now, so everything is just sharp. So you can always know the type of quality that you can expect. And now the audio is better as well. I'm trying to redo my background too. It's trash. Yeah. Yo, this is the thing, dude. I took this was my computer desk before. This is all my stuff that I had already, and I had another computer desk sitting with a couple of monitors. So I just bought another computer and I made a digital backdrop. It's like Alex Jones like. It's Alex Jones like. It has all the digitals back there. But anybody could do it. Just buy a table and put a computer monitor or two behind. You can even buy a fairly inexpensive computer monitor online. They're fairly cheap. You can buy them for 150, 200 bucks. You can just connect it to even a laptop and just have two screens back there. And I think certainly makes the stream look a whole lot cooler here on Instagram and on TikTok. And then on the actual stream itself, it's like I can put different things back there. So for example, I could put like let's say it was like election night and there was an election results or whatever back there. I could have any variety of things going, and I'm trying to upgrade the quality of the stream as we go. So it was the lights first, it was the audio, it was the video, and the backdrop, and I'm gonna try to get it better. So like for example, on the video feed that's on Facebook and YouTube right now, you can see this plug right here. There's like a little plug. So I was like, oh, I'll just buy a plant and I'll cover that plug up. So little things like that I'm going to work on to try to get it to be better. And then there's this wall back here. That wall has like some random lights on it now. Maybe I'll get a mood light and light that up. I'll just try to improve the quality as we continue to keep going. Thank you guys. Oh, looks good. What's up? Appreciate it. But no, it's like that's the thing is if you were to tally up all of the donations and whatnot that I got over the course of the remaining of the last 6 months or 8 months or whatever it was, or 10 months, it's like all of those donations in totality bought all this stuff. So it's like, here it is. Everybody that sent in a 20 bucks on Venmo or bought a badge for $5 or whatever, I took all of that money and dumped it right back into the stream. It's like that bought the mics, that bought the computer, that bought the audio input, that bought all of the things, that bought the phone to stream. That's what it's all about. So it's you guys that supported it, that made it happen. And I'm going to continue to do so. TikTok still remains where logic of reason and being satisfied with yourself and having self-esteem go to die, as people are still in the comments going absolutely nuts, screaming into the ether. Literally, like locate a hobby. I don't know what to say. People are so weird on there. TikTok is weird. It's the weirdest place. Thank you, Rage for Order. Appreciate that. It gives us more value. Yeah, that's the thing. That's what I was trying to do is bring it back, bring back the value to the stream, and I hope to do more stuff. I hope to invest in more cool things to make it better. There's real estate up here. Like this is wasted space. I would love to have that be 50 monitors if I could figure out a way to do it. So I'm going to figure out ways to get it better. I'm kind of limited to the location of my house. That's a window. What I will say is this: during the day, which I haven't done a stream during the day yet, it looks really cool because you got the backdrop that I always see every day when I sit at my computer, which is like a beautiful tree and the grass and the sky, and it's really nice outside all the time here in Florida. So the stream would be kind of cool seeing out into the nature back there. So I'm excited to do one during the day. Also, that reminds me, I know I've been here for almost 2 hours. I forgot to say, tomorrow night, Joey 10% to the farm dealer, hide the kids, sniffs the farm, is doing a primetime speech tomorrow where he is going to say every MAGA Republican is bad, and we need to take everybody's ability to protect themselves away, and everything is stupid and whatever. And Donnie's got papers on the floor or whatever, and he's gonna say a bunch of very divisive stuff and be like, yeah, yeah, we're gonna and a bunch of emotional pulls. So it's gonna happen tomorrow night. So I'm gonna do a live stream. This house gonna go down for anybody that's here right now. I'm going to do a live stream tomorrow, specifically on Instagram, maybe on TikTok too, during the stream, during the Joe stream, probably just on Instagram. And then after, I'm going to set the phones up here and I'll do a full stream, like reaction after the actual event. I've had really good attendance when people watch those streams. So that's probably what I'm going to do tomorrow night. I'm definitely going to watch the, I'm definitely going to watch it tomorrow on Instagram like I usually do. But he says all the words, like he says all the hot button words. So I probably won't be able to leave it on Instagram. I'll do it live on Instagram, and then I'll post the video file raw on Rumble, and then I'll go back, then I'll come here into the studio area, and I'll do the remainder of it. I don't know. Maybe I won't. Maybe I'll put it on the screen behind me. I don't know. I gotta figure out. I gotta figure out how I'm gonna work it. But I will be doing that tomorrow. Somebody on YouTube said the ceiling things helped a lot. Yeah, I bought all of these sound dampening tiles that are all over the roof and all over the wall here to try to decrease the echo in the room, and it has changed a lot. I also bought a carpet, which I haven't laid down yet, but I probably could do that as well. Somebody said, or Crystal said, I'm bummed I start work at 4 p.m. Well, I'll save the live file and I'll put it on Rumble so that you can rewatch the one of the actual thing. Somebody says all that work for 15 views. Yeah, my account on TikTok only gets 15 views. That's right, House Nabi. That's how you found me, because I get 15 views and you are one of them. And out of 15 people that followed my account, I just happened to attract you, a person who's a complete and total hater that wants to be angry in the stream. But yeah, I have 15 views. That's right. There's more than 15 people on the stream right now at 11 o'clock at night. But yeah, 15 views. You got it. I love it. I love TikTok. Like, I'm sad inside. I am so sad. I love seeing Anomaly. I don't know if he's still in here, but I love seeing Anomaly go nuts at people in his comments. So people will like yell at him in all caps, and he's just like, "Yo," he ices him so hard. It's really funny. What's up, Ryan Big Ray? We got. It's so funny. I love how there's just like the OG people, like people that have been around since the jump that come in here, that come into the late night club. I really appreciate that. Somebody said my 6-year-old granddaughter got 2 million views on a video last week. What's up? Yo, what's up, dude? Yeah, no days off. That's right. TikTok is the dollar store of people on social media. That's very funny and also true. Yo, what's going on? Somebody on TikTok said, "Are you married?" No, I'm not. It's only 9 on the West Coast. Yeah, that's awesome. But a majority of my audience is on the East Coast. New York is my highest concentration, so most of them are on the West Coast. But I do have a lot of people in California. Get a green screen. Yeah, I don't know. I don't like green screens, and I think that the amount of processing that's necessary for the computer to turn it into something else, I don't know that it's worth it. I don't really like green screens. I like the real, like those are real monitors back there, so I like that look. I like the real much more than the green screen look. Um, but I appreciate the suggestion. This dude on TikTok is such a hater. A conservative unable to defend his views. It's like, bro, I have 2,000 videos defending my views. What are you talking about? Who hurt you? Donde está tu hobbies? Like, just leave the chat. I don't know what to tell you. He can't defend his views. It's like, yeah, there's 2,000 videos of me explaining my position about every single thing I've ever spoken about ever. He can't defend his views. Okay. Am I bringing out the chicken and the Echo phone tomorrow? I probably should do that. I put them away when I was getting the studio reassembled, so I haven't had the Echo mic out in a minute, but I will do that. Thank you, Ryan Big Ray. I appreciate that. Somebody said, "Donde está your funny voice?" I don't know. I'm up to 12,000 likes on TikTok. That's pretty cool. One thing that is kind of a bummer of doing the audio in this higher quality version or whatever is I can't listen to music anymore. I mean, I guess in theory I could play it lightly in the headphones, but it's really just me. It's really just me, myself, and I in here now. And I know all you guys are here, but all I hear is myself, which is kind of not as ideal, but whatever. Somebody said Donnie uses separation of families as a policy to determine immigrants from coming. I think you mean deter immigrants from coming. But look, you should like people immigrating here illegally. It's just like, why are you cool with that? Thank you, Impeach. Somebody sending me a bunch of roses on TikTok. I really appreciate that. I don't know exactly what the roses do, but thank you for sending them. Maybe it's like a nickel or something. I don't know, but thank you for sending them. I really appreciate that. I don't know exactly what they do. Thanks, Big Ray. Thank you, everybody, for the likes and stuff on TikTok. I appreciate it. Somebody said the guy hating has a profile pic of the crane. Yeah, yeah, definitely, 100%. Yeah, the music. So the thing about the music too is like as the um somebody said the finger heart on TikTok. Don't know what that means, but thanks for sending it. Um, the thing about the music was that if the music gets picked up now on the stream, they can remove the stream and say it's copyright or whatever else. So it was a temporary game anyhow. When I was small and it didn't matter, I think that they just let me get by. Yo, that's awesome! Somebody gave me a cowboy hat and a mustachio on TikTok. Thanks for that. It's pretty cool. It's kind of cool, Pompeo. But I forgot what I was just saying. Somebody said illegals. You mean immigrants? Careful, you're racist. What are you talking about? People are so cool. TikTok is is so dark, so dark. What is wrong with you? People are so weird on there. God, so weird. Thank you, Connect Forever, for the badge on Instagram. Appreciate that. So Lane Root said open source music. Yeah, but there's only so much open source music that's even good. It's like if I'm on here for 2 hours, I can't be listening to like down tempo open source piece. I mean, I suppose in theory I could, but it just sometimes would zoink the stream. Somebody says Donnie still doing 5D chess or what? I don't think so. I certainly don't think so. Yo, House and Abby, you're clearly hurting inside, so I'm gonna do you a favor. I'm just gonna do you a favor and just block you. So peace. Thanks for the comments. Goodbye. See you never again. Dude, like I let you zap me for an hour, but it's like I'm just gonna do you a favor. Just ban you. Like don't care less. You're gonna be an idiot in the chat. Goodbye forever. Can't wait to never see you again. Who cares? He's like, durr, durr. He's like, you can't defend your policies as he's like writing in all caps and has an upside down picture of like a beaver as his profile photo. I don't even know who you are. He's like, yeah. Now another one. You're for free speech, but you gotta ban people. Yeah, I believe in free speech, but this is not. I'm not the government. The government is the person that controls free speech. Somebody being a Jabron James in my comments and just slanging insults without saying anything of any value. Yeah, I could. I'm more than happy to block that person. That doesn't mean I don't believe in free speech. Those things are not even remotely related. That's like a person is like screaming at me in public, and I walk away and they're like, "I thought you believed in free speech. You should just stand here and eat it." Like, yeah, those things are even relatable, guy. I thought you believed in free speech. The irony. It's so ironic. Yeah, it's ironic. It's such an irony. Yeah. Half your chat is just throwing baseless insults. But okay, pal. Yeah, I'm baselessly throwing insults. That's what I've been doing. Throwing basic insults. It's so funny. Yeah, it's like, yeah, I owe absolutely nothing to any person in the comments on TikTok. I'm more than happy to block any person. I care less. I literally care less. People block me for being legit and asking legitimate questions when I follow left leaning pages and whatnot. I'll make a comment. I'll be like, "Why do you think that?" And they'll just block me. It's like, okay, I'm certainly not in their live stream comments for an hour, just like slanging and being like, "Go goo." All right, there's another one. Peace. Thanks for coming. Goodbye. See you later. And you're gone. What a funny, hilarious world. Like, ah, I'm angry. It's just like, skibidi pop pop pop. See you never. And you're gone. And you're gone. And you're gone. And you're gone. And you're deleted. And so you believed in free speech. Yeah, watch me on YouTube. There's the free speech. Comment on YouTube if you want. I don't need to see you live. I don't need to be sitting here while other people are saying things of value and listen to you be a LeBron James. I thought you believed in free speech. So Joe Val 576 on TikTok said, "Please save the live. I got here late. This stream will be live on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Rumble, and Getter forever. Not on TikTok because they don't let you save it, but it'll be available everywhere else. So you'll be able to get it at any point. It'll also be on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, Overcast, Pod Queef. It'll be all in all the spots. So you could get it in like 130 different places. Uh, it'll be on Pod Source, Pod Brown Eye. Somebody said on Facebook, they said, "I'm Dominican and Puerto Rican, but I'm America first. I love this country and thank God I was born here." Facts. I mentioned that an hour ago on the stream that people that came here from other countries that saw how bad it is everywhere else, or came from Puerto Rico, for example, see how well things are run here, and they're like, "Thank God, good thing I'm here. I'm so glad to be here." Like, yeah, people in TikTok, you guys are hurting inside. Have you moved on from Trump yet? I hope that maybe that actually might not have been a comment in it, be to be fair, but I don't know if they're trying to troll me or what. But it's like Donnie lives right in your head. It's not about Donnie. Somebody said Pod Brown Eye. That's pretty funny. Roland on Facebook said, "Sauce, you're killing it. So happy for you. Thank you so much, Roland on Facebook. Appreciate that." Yeah, just doing a 2 hour live stream late night in the new studio, just zapping with B-roll of myself playing behind my head and flags with my name on it. Just you know how it is with this awesome picture that somebody sent to my PO box right there. The picture of me as Billy. I'm gonna show everybody. For this is one of my favorite gifts that I ever got. This was a gift from a fan. Sent me this. This is the Billy head, the Billy face. That is the best. It says "Good morning, Nancy" right on the top. So funny, and it's just Oh my god. Yeah, that is one of my most cherished gifts. It's so funny. Good morning, Nancy, in front of the dump truck. Priceless. Ah, uh, thank you, Stella, on Facebook. Appreciate that. Uh, Marnie said Billy is the best character. Agreed. Sam said, "Do you have views on the moon landing?" I think that's what you're saying. The moon main landing. I think you mean the moon. Yeah, I mean they deleted the technology. They happened to lose it. I forget who's talked about this. I think Anomalies talked about it. They like lost the technology to go to the moon. Seems fine. Seems legit. Like the greatest advancement in like human history at that time, and they just like lost it. Yeah, did we go to the moon? I don't know. Maybe. I'd like to hope that we did, but I don't know. I would say yes. What I think is more likely than us never making it to the moon is I think we made it and maybe we found something there. And we were like, nope. that's that's what I think is maybe more likely. I think we found something there, like footprints, or like or like what's it called? Sumerians or something. Or like there was grays there and they're like, get out of here. Oh, no. Yeah. Yeah. Like watch Ancient Aliens for real. Thank you so much, Roland. Appreciate that, man. Been with you since the start. Hard work pays off. That appreciate that, man. Really do. Thank you so much for being here. Definitely hiding something. Yeah, like you look at all the astronauts when they came back, and they were like, they were all just, I don't know. Yeah, I think we went there and we found some alien. Somebody said, "Yo, my mom sent me your videos. Big fan. That's what's up, the chart. Appreciate that. That's awesome. You gotta love that. Just think about that statement. This person just goes, "My mom sent me your videos." I love that so much. Somebody said the moon is a spaceship. I I don't think that the moon is a spaceship, but I do think that there are probably life forms on the dark side of the moon. I think that's highly probable. I'll tell you what though, and I've talked about this before. If there was aliens on Earth, which I think that there probably are, they would be under the sea. They're not dumb. They would be under the sea. Like, hello, if you have the ability to travel through freaking dimensions, you would live under the sea because we can't even go. We can't even go under the sea. There's certain depths of the ocean that we don't even have the technology to explore yet. So you would just take your ship or your craft and you would go very deep under the sea where human technology doesn't have the capacity to get there, and you would just park there. You could do whatever. You could drill down there. You could build a secret world. Whatever. You could do whatever you want. So if you were going to be a person that traveled from another land, area, whatever the world, you would live under the sea. You would be in your ship under the sea on the earth. That's where you would be. You could get food down there, power down there, electricity, any numbers of things. You're close to the energy from the earth. You could probably get so much down there. Electromagnetic, all that stuff. You could probably get it all down there. Heat, all of it. So I would say that it's highly probable that if there were aliens on Earth, they would be living under the sea. They wouldn't be chilling on the moon where they'd have to travel here. They would just park it under the sea, like where Pompeo lives. They would Pompeo and Donnie live in a pineapple under the sea with Zelensky, with the ghost of Zelensky. People keep saying Antarctica. Yeah, maybe. I mean, it certainly is possible. So I love watching Ancient Aliens. There's this episode of There's a million episodes of Ancient Aliens that are absolutely pure fire. But one of my favorite episodes of Ancient Aliens talks about. It's called Ancient. I think it's called Top 10 Ancient Alien Artifacts, where it talks about like unexplainable artifacts that there's just no way to explain how they could be here. Like we don't even have the technology to make them now. And there's this one that I really love so much, which is like there were like some monks or something, like some there's like there's like some monks or something in I think it was like in the Himalayan mountains. So I don't know if I just did a jism out of my breathing holes, but there is this freaking. I need to be careful now that I'm in 1080p HD. I don't even know what you can even see. You could probably zoom into my dirt star with this 4K camera. Uh, there are like these monks hiking in like the Himalayas or something, like 500 years or like 150 years ago or 100 years ago or whatever it was, 200 years ago, and they found like these metal, like aluminum, like twisted items, like springs and all these other things, like at the top of a mountaintop, like in Tibet or something. It was basically as if like a craft had crash landed there, and there were all these machine made metal parts that we didn't have the capacity to make even then, and they still have them. And there's like you can look under like a microscope and see these perfectly cut like steel springs and all this random stuff. And it was just like in like a pre. It was like in an area of like the Himalayas that had never been never been explored before or explored by like 5 people or something. There's just like a mysterious thing there. Like, yeah, it seems fine. There's just so much evidence if you watch Ancient Aliens. Um, there was this one where they found it's called Ancient Aliens on History Channel. There's this one. What's up, Faith? There's this one episode where it's like, or in that episode also, there's this another artifact that Giorgio Tsoukalos wears. It's like a little golden plane. It's like a little golden glider. I forget what he calls it. I think he calls it the golden glider. And it's this little golden, like plane trinket looking thing that they found in like a tomb in freaking Mexico or I don't even remember where, Mexico, or forgive me, but it's this little glider. You can look it up online. I think it's called like the Alien Glider or the Golden Glider or something. And Giorgio Tsoukalos wears it as a pin on his shirt. And it was this perfectly aerodynamic, like to scale glider that knew like aerodynamics that was made like thousands of years ago. And they built it into a full size replica of this small little trinket that just looks like a toy or whatever that was in like the pharaoh's like tomb or whatever, and they built it to size and it flies perfectly, and they put like a little what the hell is it called, like a rotor, I don't even know what it's called, but they put up one of them fan things in it, and it flew perfectly. It was like a perfectly aerodynamic flying glider that was made like thousands of years before the aerodynamic airplane was made, and it flew perfectly. Like the aerodynamics of it were perfect. And it was just made like 1,000 years ago in this perfect, like fit to size golden trinket that was in this tomb that they didn't discover until like 1984 or something or whatever. And it's just like, how do you explain that? A propeller, yeah, that's it. Propeller. Yeah, perfect aerodynamics on this little thing. And it's like, okay. And then in that show, there's another thing where they talk about different locations. It's like top 10 ancient sites or whatever. And they'll go to an alien site. And there was this one that was I think in like the Philippines or something. And it was this island that they say is haunted because all these people would go there and they would like touch things and breathe the air or whatever, or they would touch certain things and they would get basically like the equivalent of like when things are radioactive, what's it called? Radiation poisoning, and people would die and all this other stuff. So people don't go there. It's like protected by the state or the county or whatever it is, whatever they have over there. And it's this island that has these stone blocks that are built up like 20 feet in the air, these perfectly sequestered blocks that are like multi-ton rocks that came from a place that's like 100 miles away, that there's no way they could have gotten there, no way they could have lifted them up, and they're just like stacked on top perfectly. Like with no mortar, and they've been sticking there together for like 1,000 years. And it's just like we couldn't even build them now. And you'll have like an architectural engineer or architectural designer, whatever you want to call, architect, I don't even know, whatever, structural engineer, go there and they're just like, I don't know how we would make this literally right now. And they're just like, cool, it's been here for 1,000 years. Been here for 2,000 years. Yeah, somebody said on Facebook, the pyramids aligning with the stars. How's that possible? Yeah, how's that possible? How do you have advanced knowledge of like electromagnetic fields? How do you have advanced knowledge of like these different like energy points around the globe? I heard this other one that was talking about, I forget what it is. I think it's not Stonehenge, but it's like this long thing in England, I think near Stonehenge or on the geographical energy line or whatever. and it's this long row of stones that are lined up, going for like miles, 10 miles, all lined up. And they found out that these stones are made, I think they're made of quartz. And the quartz is like it can like harness the power from under the earth or whatever. It's like this literally could have been a charging station for stuff back then. I forget what they're called. The ley lines. Yeah, ley lines. But it's just nuts. And it's like, so this is the thing. It's like, if you believe in the possibility of there being extraterrestrial life, if you believe in like the Sumerians or the possibility that the Sumerians could exist, if you believe in world history, US history, all this other stuff, and you see all these things that have happened from the corruption to the bad to the good, like JFK, how are you going to explain that? Have you ever been to Dallas, Texas, which I went to recently, and you look at where they say that this dude hit JFK 3 times or whatever out of his window, you'd be like, there's no way that that's possible. There's no way that you could tell me that this dude hit this guy by himself. The guy like wasn't even a marksman, was like known by the 3-letter organization, was like known by the FBI for 10 years, was like an agent working for them. And it's like this guy hits a moving vehicle going sideways from like the 3rd-story window with like not a marksman, hits him like 3 times in the head. You stand there and you're like, there's no way that is possible. Like, so, and then like as soon as that happens, it's like boop, the new guy gets in and it's like CIA, you know? So I just think that I feel like people don't have a real deep understanding of reality, the world, history, the possibilities. They believe everything that the oblong box in the corner of their room tells them is true. And they're like, yeah, no one who would lie to us. Just take this mysterious potion from this like clearly corruptible company that just made a $250 in profit. I think Faisal was making like $90,000 in profit a minute, I think, or a second or something, the entire year of 2021. They're making 90 clams a minute of every day, 365. And people are like, trust Borla, trust Albert. Like, you're out of your gourd, Bill, if you think that this guy's like not corruptible by money. So it's like, if you know all these things to be true and you look into the aliens and the rest, it's like, you're just going to believe everything that these demons tell you. They're like, yeah, Donnie has papers scattered on the floor at his house. It's like, okay, yeah, maybe, and it's not even about Donnie, but it's just like, wait till the truth comes out. Wait, if they really got the guy dead to rights, let's see what happens. But everybody's like, oh, there's a picture on WAPO, must be real, goo. As like Joe just signs the like Inflation Till the End of Time Act, and like, yep, Donnie printed money. Yep, we print like the right side printed money. Yep, there's a lot of goons and squishy losers on the right, 100%. There's a lot of people on the right that I don't like. It's not about left, right. Left is objectively terrible at 99% of the stuff that it does. The right is generally better. The less venomous snake ahead of the same snake. But it's like the right is the left going the speed limit. They ultimately end up at the same place. Things that are right wing things that are right wing policies today, would have been unreasonable 10 years ago, and things that are dem policies and things that were dem policies 10 years ago are right wing policies now. So it's just like it's all bad. I'm not saying it. I'm not saying either side is good. That's the trap. They want us like getting into the personal affairs. Like your husband did this and your wife did this about representatives and senators. And I get all that. It's just a trap, though. The people that are really in control are just laughing at us. It's like they're making all your money worth nothing. They're making you unhealthy. They're filling your life with pills and opioids. They're opening it up so anybody could come in. They're telling you if you don't take the juice, you lose your livelihood. They just hate you, and it's just so clear as day. Anyways, the people on TikTok are so hurting inside. Oh, good, another conspiracy streamer. Yeah, another conspiracy streamer. Like, just leave, Ronald. Don't know what to tell you. Oh, great, another conspiracy streamer. What am I saying? That's a conspiracy. Facts. The distance between a conspiracy theory and true fact is like 6 months. It used to be like 6 years. They're like, oh, Joe Rogan drank horse goo, and then 6 months later, they're just like, horse goo is a good treatment. Uh, Another idiot conspiracy theorist. Oh no. Oh, you mean it? Oh, you mean the person that was right? You know who else? You know who else that they said was a conspiracy theorist? I don't know, like every single scientist ever that found something out that went against the mainstream narrative. But all right, the mainstream narrative. Yeah, I think when the first the people in the world used to think that they used to think that the earth revolved that the sun revolved around the earth, and some guy was like, no, it doesn't, and they're just like conspiracy theorists. And it's like, yep, he was right. The earth revolves around the sun. They're just like, oh, cool. Like everybody is a conspiracy theorist until they're proven right. And then you look like a LeBron James. The hands of time will not be favorable to you. Clown sneakers in the comments on TikTok. Oh no, just another person that does research. Idiot. Just another conspiracy nut. Joe Rogan eats horse goo. I lined up for the monkey skin bubbles juice just like a good little boy. I went and got my monkey juice. I just lined up for my monkey skin bubble juice. You can I heard that you can get it by just breathing the air outside. My dog got it. Fauci is my co-pilot. Cool. I have a Fauci tattoo. He's the most handsome man in the world. Uh, oh, great. Another conspiracy. BRB, going downtown to get my skin juice, to get my skin bubble juice. I don't want to get the monkey. I don't want to get the monkey juice. I want to get the monkey bubbles. Okay. Uh, stay home and stay safe. Put your diaper on. Make sure that after you put your diaper over your face hole that you chew with your diaper covering because we wouldn't want anybody to get any particles. We wouldn't want you to be spewing any particles. Oh, you're on an airplane? How dare you? Don't get on an airplane. Put the cloth diaper that you've had in your cup holder for the last 3 months that's been exposed to all the toxic particles and been in your pocket. You've got the particles on your hand, you're touching your face 300 times a day. You take it off, you put it in your pocket, you go in the bathroom, you take a leak, you come out, you slap it on your face, you eat a you eat a handful of Cracker Jacks, you pull it back over. Oh, can't say Cracker Jacks. It's they Jacks or whatever they call it now, women's Jacks or whatever stupid thing they even called it. Because you can't say that because it's a candy name, but it's offensive now because the world is dumb. Make sure that you cover up your face with a cloth diaper in between bites. In between bites, you're out there saying that you should. You're out there. They're like, oh, another stupid conspiracy theorist as they're like sitting alone at home, just like drinking a soda and then just being like, I'm gonna put my diaper up because I don't want to catch it from people in my home. We can't go to Thanksgiving. I'm just gonna sit at home in a pit of despair. Conspiracy nut. It's like, whom hurt you? How much more evidence do you need to have to know that you've been got? You done got. You've been bamboozled, guy. He's like, oh, another idiot. Who's the idiot? Me or you? The person that lined up for the mysterious poison. Who's the idiot? I'm the idiot? Got it. As like a 30-year-old's like, yeah, and just, yeah. They just like, oh, that's just sudden adult dying syndrome. They just die. Oh, you just die. What are you, 25 and in peak physical shape? Oh, whoop, up. This is normal. It's the climate. What a conspiracy theorist. You got. I'm just saying you done been got. But yeah, I'm the conspiracy theorist. Got it. I wear my diaper over my mouth hole like a good little boy. Oh, get the second shot of the mysterious potion. Wow. These are the same type of people that'll be like, Joe Biden created good, hard-working, good American jobs. It'll be like a guy digging a hole and another guy filling the hole back up. They're like, as long as we get these good, great, good, hard jobs, As long as we get just a good American job, just a fresh job. Everybody needs just a good hard paying job. It's like they're not even looking at the job. They don't even know the difference. They're just like, job is a job, is a job, is a job. Fill the hole, take it, fill it back up. Jobs. Everybody's got a good job. Free college, free job. Get in line for your monkey skin bubble juice or shut up. Go get your monkey juice. Go pay Albert. Send a Venmo to Albert Borla and then take your paycheck and send it to Zelensky. Send it to the Crane. Just send it over to the Crane. They need it more than us. And like I listened to Peter Schiff and he was talking about, he's like, yo, Zelensky, like you could put on a collared shirt, dude. You don't have to wear a green t-shirt. You're like addressing like world leaders. Yeah, give you $50 billion. If somebody had a check for me for $100, I don't think I'd show up in a green tee. I mean, like, oh, thank. Zelensky just like rolls up in the same green tee and cargo shorts he's been wearing for the last 8 months. It's like, you're going to tell me that this dude doesn't have a collared shirt at the crib? He's at war. What? He's on the lines? Come on, dude. Just another conspiracy. Oh my god. Oh, now they're going to insult my appearance. Go for it. Please. I welcome it. What are you going to tell me? My hairline's receding? Congratulations. I didn't know that. I could have worn a hat, but I didn't. But yeah, burn me harder. I'm so afraid of that. You think I give a shit? Oh no. I went and got my monkey juice because I'm good. I'm a good Joe Byron. Like, I just got a good job from Joe. Good American job. Send my paycheck to Zelensky. He needs it more than us. Good, hard American, 87,000 good jobs in the good, hard American job. Just a good, hard paying monkey skin bubble job. Good job. Yeah, free donuts if you get the bubble juice. Yeah. I will never forget. I will never forget when what's his face? When I think when Bill I forget his name. Bill, the mayor of New York City. When the mayor of New York City was like, "Come get your fries. Come and just get your French fries. Don't you want to just think of just good, delicious French fries when you go and get this disease that's prominently affecting people that are eating like crap?" He's like, "Go ahead and get your free donut and your fries." The Garbio, yeah, the Blasio. people in the people in the chat on TikTok still Donnie is living. Donnie owns the top floor penthouse apartment in your mind. Aren't these delicious fries? I know it's only 10 in the morning. Shut up, Bill. He's like trying to run for governor. Like, people in the comments, they're saying like all the hot takes because they have no way to justify their own positions. They don't care about the things that they actually think are good. All they can think about is Donnie drew on a marker on a map, and Donnie said that you maybe could nuke a hurricane. It's like it's so out of context. They can't get Donnie out of their head. They're so obsessed. They hate Donnie so much and so bad that they can't even figure out how to get past it. It's like the girl in high school dumped you. You're 41. Let her go. Like get on Hinge or something. But it's like she dumped you. She didn't like you. Move on. They're like, Donnie, though, dude. Like as their house is being burned down. Like Joe's in front of their house, lighting it on fire, and it's burning to the ground. They're like, but Donnie, though, he drew with a marker on a piece of paper. It's like, dude, try to get out of the trap. Get out of the derangement syndrome trap. All you could think about is Donnie. Every single thing is Donnie. Oh, that's all they've been talking about recently. Why? Because inflation's trash, because the economy's trash, because the stock market's in the tank, because what we did overseas is garbage. We're shipping money offshore as fast as we can get it. We're 30 some odd trillion dollars in debt. We got every single bad thing imaginable happening. We're passing the Inflation Reduction Act, which adds to the inflation. Nobody even understands how the economy or money even works. Nobody even understands what money even what inflation even is. You got the worst press secretary in the history of time, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, that can barely even rationalize the things she's saying. You got Joey Stumbletini, Joey sniffs the kids, looking at a 4-year-old in the crowd and being like, "How old are you?" And like all they can think about is all this other stuff, and it's just like, dude, let's get off the people for a second. Let's just go policy. You want to make it about Donnie? It's like Big Hunty. Big Hunty was on Air Force One like not 2 weeks ago. This, if you haven't seen what was on this dude's computer, I don't even know what to tell you. But you're worried about Donnie drawing a marker on a map when Hunter and the big guy were overseas selling out our country to a foreign adversary. But you're worried about a piece of paper on the floor in his office that didn't even put there. Yeah, be concerned. Like Donnie derangement. He's living rent free in your skull. It's just like maybe leave Donnie out of it. Maybe just focus on what's happening and how your own country, the place that's providing you the freedom to talk like a clown sneaker, is being eroded from right under your very eyes. And they're telling a 7-year-old that could maybe one day, or maybe right now, be your 7-year-old, that they can just stop puberty by taking mysterious pills and then cut off their pen 15 and live a life as whatever they want to be. You're a Zimzer. What are you, out of your gourd? Yeah, Donnie. We're all conspiracy nuts. You're off your rocker, Bill. It's like, whom hurt you? You're on the same political side as Lizzo and Billie Eilish. Congratulations. I love blocking people on TikTok. It's one of my favorite things. Do you have any facts or just funny voices? Just funny voices. Parmesan is not legal. Thanks, Matt. Matt up for ransom. Thank you. I have never seen you live before. Thank you to Stacy on TikTok. The world is trash and everything is on fire. I agree. I've been going for 2 hours and 40 minutes now. I love your clown car video. Yeah, that is a good one. I agree. That's some jabroni. People are trying to make fun of me in the comments on TikTok. Oh my god, I love it. They're like they're like coming after my physical appearance. And it's like I can see your profile photo, dude. It's like it's too easy. I'm not even gonna try. It's just too easy. Yeah, insult me. I'm fine with it. They're like, I'm so upset. Yeah, people on TikTok are very sad, extremely sad inside. They're like, I'm hurting, projecting. What's up, Seattle? Someone please invent Parmesan whipped cream cans. That's pretty funny. I'm impressed by how much the camera's been rocking. The camera's been going for like 2 hours, 2.5 hours. I don't know how long it can go, so I'm glad it's doing its thing. What has been challenging has been figuring out where to look. So looking here right now, I'm looking at Instagram. Right here, right now, I'm looking at TikTok, and right here, I'm looking at Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch, and Rumble and Getter. So it's been interesting trying to figure out where to look because it's like I know that the stream, the live, no, actually, all the streams go. I guess the only place that I theoretically shouldn't look is TikTok if the video doesn't get saved. But there's people that are just chirping, and I want to read the comments. What's up, Ohio? Somebody said Gine runs it. Yeah, I mean, whatever. These people are not Gine. This is like some jabroni in his basement in Seattle that like hates himself and is like sad inside. He's like, oh. Watching from New Mexico. That's what's up. Thank you, NJS Glass. I tapped the screen for some. This stream on TikTok, as many people have been so mad and hating, has 20,000 likes on it. I don't know if that's a lot or a little, but 20,000 times people tap the screen. That's pretty good. 20,000 likes. That seems good to me. No doubt it's a they, them, it. Yeah, probably. Thank you guys so much for the TikTok likes. I really appreciate it. Thank you. All right, I've been going 2 hours and 41 minutes. That's good, man. And all the gifts I got too. Yeah, I don't know how the gifts work. I don't know. Is that money on TikTok? I don't know if that's money or what it is, but the gifts, I don't know. Maybe it is. I've never really gotten enough that I've ever gotten any payout from TikTok. But that's awesome. I do appreciate that people have been sending the gifts. That's really cool. Thank you so much for doing that. I don't know how I get them, but I guess eventually I will. Somebody said I won't download TT because of the clown. Yeah, I understand that, and I don't disagree with you. But to me, it's about distribution, and distribution is the name of the game. So it's like if I can get distribution there and the message gets broadcast there, to me it sounds like a good thing. Even though it's not a good thing, it's I'm just taking advantage of the distribution. All right. So my live stream last night that I did, and I'm gonna go live tomorrow. Remember for Joey's speech tomorrow night. I'll jump on here after, so I'll be on there or whatever. So I'm gonna go in a second, but what was I gonna say? But uh, oh yeah, um, after the stream, so the stream last night was like three. It was like 3 gigs or something after. So this is pretty much double the length. So this is gonna be like a 6 gig or whatever file. So I'm gonna upload it to Spotify after I get off here. It'll probably take like an hour or so for it to upload because it's a massive file. But I will put the full video on Spotify, and then the audio will go everywhere else after I upload it to Spotify. So all the podcasts and whatnot will be up later. And I got to make like a thumbnail and stuff for YouTube. There's a lot of stuff I got to do. I've just been focused on trying to get on the stream as much as I can. So after the stream is done, if you wouldn't mind, please go to bobbysauceshow.com and make sure that you follow the stream on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, wherever you listen to podcasts. Listen to an episode, leave a rating if you could. I would really appreciate it. Um, all of my stuff, if you ever want to find me, if you ever want to share me, you ever talking about it out in public, followbobby.com is the simplest way. Followbobby.com, followbobby.com. That's where all my links are, all my link tree, the PayPal, the Instagram, the Getter, the TikTok, Cameo, all that stuff. The Patreon is all there. Thanks to everybody that follows on Patreon. I really appreciate that support. Patreon.com/takenaps. I appreciate all the support that I get from people there. Go to bobbysauce.com. Check out the merch. Check out the channel. Check out the About page. And you can see every podcast that I've ever been on, every show I've ever been on is on bobbysauce.com on the About page. Um, Go to bobbysauceshow.com to follow along with the podcast on all the other platforms. If you wouldn't mind, consider sharing some of the recent content or sharing it with your friends or posting it or whatever. I would really appreciate it. But what I'm looking for now is for people to rate the podcast if they could. I want to thank. I didn't see any Cash App or Venmo stuff. It might have come through when I was looking at a different screen. So if anybody sent a Cash App or a Venmo, thank you so much in advance. If anybody did that, I really appreciate it. Thank you to the people that have been creating or sending the hearts and likes and mustachios and whatever on TikTok. I really appreciate that. Thank you for supporting there. I've been seeing some pretty meteoric growth on that platform, so I really appreciate that. People continuing to watch. There's still about 100 and still about 200 people watching live right now. I appreciate that. All the people that are going to listen tomorrow, I really appreciate that as well. All these streams will always be live everywhere. You can find it on Getter, Rumble, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, bobbysauce.com. Go to followbobby.com for all the links. I want to thank all the people that bought the badges on Instagram. I really appreciate that. Chooks Official, thank you so much, buddy. I really appreciate all the support over this time. Redhead Bex, Faithful Pub, 8801, Connect Forever, 111, Ryan Big Ray Fozzie, Nick Davis Dub for Janet Rhodes Harmon, the Megan Hayward 3 times, Jimmy's Juniper, Connect Forever again, Maria Federuso, and Carlos NYC Bus. Thank you guys so much for the badges on Instagram. I really appreciate that. It makes the day. It helps finance the studio. I really appreciate your support. Thank you guys so much. For people, somebody just said, what's your Cash App? If you're on Facebook, YouTube, my Cash App and my Venmo are both at Take Naps. On Cash App, it's $ Take Naps. PayPal is woke@bobbysauce.com if you want to support the channel. But thanks in advance. You don't need to do that, but I really do appreciate it. It makes it happen. So thanks everybody for the donations. Thanks for buying stuff on bobbysauce.com. Thanks for being here. Thanks for supporting the channel. Please leave a review on the podcast, bobbysauceshow.com. I really appreciate you guys so much. Thank you for being here. I'm going to listen back to the audio now and see if it was screwed up on Facebook. That would really crank my bag if that is the case. So I'm going to listen back to it now, and I'll have another hour or so of work here. And then tomorrow night for the Joey Biden speech, I will be doing a live stream on Instagram, and then I will also come on here after and do a stream recapping after. So tune in tomorrow night, crank some bags. The world is trash. Everything's on fire. Everything's dumb. And I'll see you guys later. Thank you so much for being here. I have this cool way that I can leave on the stream, and I'm going to stay in the chat. For anybody that's on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch, I'm going to stay in the chat for another few minutes after I shut down on those platforms. So Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, thanks for being here. I am out. Thank you guys so much.